Welcome. It's the Belladonnas, but not.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
My favorite part is that because this is set in the same universe as Rise of Tiamat and Princess of the Apocalypse, your guys' characters could go to the shop and potentially interact with your guys' characters.
Yes,
if it's still standing.
Yeah, listen. Maybe not after the last few sessions. The last session, just one. It was just one. It felt like multiple.
It's the first one.
The first one. Yeah.
Setting the tone.
All right, so let me change up all the names on the stream here for that. So hi, how are you all doing on this fine Saturday?
Great.
So stoked.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Do you guys?
I'm not being tired already.
I know, right?
Do you guys have all of the stuff listed that you got? Because there was several donations. Katie got like 1 million donations.
Yeah, I got a Pegasus, so I'm super stoked about that.
What?
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I got a horse with no name. So mysterious.
No, it's actually it does have a name. It came up. It was. I couldn't see it in like the donations specific page, but it does have a name. I will tell you what it is in just a second.
Ted.
No, because I got added an NPC to aid me named Altivo, and then I also got a horse with no name as a mount.
Well, go ahead, Renee.
I
Sorry.
thought that the horse's name was Altivo. No, that's not.
I thought that's.
No, they're two separate donations.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Let me find out here. What were you saying, Renee? Sorry.
Bosco, the bear, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
Okay.
But my friend suggested that he was a true polymorphed bear that was turned into a human.
It was beautiful.
That still acts like a bear. That's why he stands up on his hind legs and raises his arms and yells when there's trouble. Unfortunately, he didn't survive the fireball.
I know, but I liked him.
Thank you. I'm glad you did. So
For
let's.
the little bit he was there.
Yeah. So all right, what do we got here? Let's take a look through some donations. Make sure we got everything. You guys all have crits from Katie.
Yay!
Everybody has a reroll of a natural 1 for from Laura. Katie, you have the +1 to all rolls. Laura, you've got a trinket and a potion of healing. And a Pegasus named Latte. So your mysterious companion is Altivo from the horse from El Dorado.
Yep.
By the way. So that's that.
Yep.
Okay, what else do we got here? That's the mysterious companion named Altivo. Laura has 1 inspiration. Katie has a horse with no name. I see that now. Let's see. And Katie, you also have a crit.
Oh, cool.
From Aunt Cheryl and Uncle Dan.
Thanks, family.
Those are my parents.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So just as a point, guys, we are only 3 hours into the actual stream, and there's $565 donated. So we've already broken past the coffee grinder mode, which is why the party had to go retrieve a coffee grinder last session so that we can enter that. So that means death saving throws, DC 15 or higher to succeed.
Whoa! Okay.
Dang.
Wow!
I will also need everybody to make me. Laura should have 3 trinkets. Everyone should have 2. Got it. I need everybody to make me percentile rolls. Renee, I'll start with you. But first, Renee, as I make your character's little card below your name here, I need to know your character's name.
My character's name is Lottie.
Got it.
Spelled Lotte. So if I get confused with latte, the horse, don't blame me. Pegasus, I'm sorry.
And you are playing an Eladrin
Warlock.
Warlock.
Yes.
Okay. So that's, you know what, I'll let me get everybody's names first, and then I'll come around and we'll do trinkets as you guys arrive to the shop. So, oh god, this is so crazy. Laura, what about you? You are, what's your name?
My name's Poppy. She rolls into the shop looking very upset that she got called in because apparently whoever was supposed to be here died or whatever.
Yeah.
There was like, he walks in and it's a mess.
Mhm.
But she is a human and she's got full black plate armor on, which is a very weird uniform for the coffee shop. But yeah.
And she's a bard?
She's a bard. Yeah.
Got it. All right, and then let me just gotta type in. I should have taken the time to have everybody's things preloaded, but I didn't because I was making other videos. So Katie, you're Tinder, right? And you're a Fire Genasi rogue?
Yep.
That's the only one I remember.
Oh, gosh, I love it.
And Celeste.
My name is Chad
Yep.
Johansson,
Yep.
and I'm just a regular
no.
guy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm just a regular bro.
Ah, I love it.
He's secretly a monk. That's the only class that will let you just wear jeans and a t-shirt and not have any weapons. So
You've got a very Fred Durst vibe going on right now, and I'm digging it.
no, I like beers, my bros, and camping.
All right. So what's gonna happen? You guys are all called in, and for the sake of brevity and happenstance, you all arrive at the shop, which you know is on Selduth Street in the Castle Ward of Waterdeep, across the street from the Jade Dragon Tea Shop. And you see that the Jade Dragon has a pretty big buzz going, and you see that their signage out front literally says, like, why have coffee when you can have tea? Coffee's just hot bean juice. And then you guys enter into the shop. So.
Whoa.
Excuse, coffee is good hot bean juice.
Yeah, shots fired. Whoa.
And like I think that my character is so like absorbed in that deeply personal insult that she doesn't look for a second when she walks in the door. So when she does, it's just like,
Yeah, so when you guys walk in, what you see is carnage. Okay? The center table, the prime location, the best seat in the house, is destroyed. Okay? There is the remnants of 4 corpses. There's scarring and ashes. There's a pair of knitting needles with a half-finished sweater. There is the body of a brown bear on the floor near the door. You see Abraham, the other guy who works at the coffee shop. He's just been behind the counter reading his paper. He just like looks over the top of his paper and is like, "Oh, good, I can get out of here." Throws the paper and he just walks out. And you see, yeah, that's it. There's no. Oh, the door. I'm sorry, the door was open. I forgot. You came in. The door was open. And there's nobody working, and you don't see... You see there's a brand new coffee grinder on the counter that hasn't been hooked up. And that's it. That's what you see.
Poppy feels very inspired, and she's going to pull out a notebook and start writing something in it.
Wow. Cool. So there's like no shift supervisor or anything. We're just...
Well, you know there's the back office where Ned works.
Okay.
He's the
Ned
manager
works.
that's supposed to be on your
Got
shift.
It. Okay. I'm gonna walk back there and just kind of check in the back office and be like, yo, Ned, what's up?
You open
Here,
this
bro?
door. You open this door, and it's dark. There's a fireplace in the small fire pit in the back there, and the room smells of burnt hair. And you see in a scorched, high-backed chair, skin covered in burn marks and burnt flesh, is a man who you know to be Ned.
Oh, bro, are you okay?
And he like turns and he looks to you around the chair, and you see that his face and his body is covered in burns as though someone set him on fire. And he's got a coffee cup that's mostly singed. And his eyes are deep set in his skull. He is a shell of a man. And he looks to you and he says, And you see that his eyes are totally dilated.
Oh.
And he's just like, are you for real right now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go like, yeah, okay. You have a good time. You look like you're having a good time. I love it. Oh God, I'm just gonna shut the door and walk out of there.
Can I say that the weirdest thing for me is that Ted is in my phone as Ned, so it's just really
I have gone by Ned in another life. And by that I mean like middle school, I think, maybe. Where there was also a Ned. So people just did it to be confusing.
It's a pun because he's in my phone as Nerd Immersion.
Yes.
Perfect.
You also see, you can all make me perception checks as you look about this carnage.
For a trinket.
Yeah, they'll get there too.
18.
No, 21. Got a +1.
19.
22. I want to find my trinket.
I feel that it's here. I just feel it.
All right.
Opening all the bean bags and just pouring through like cereal.
So you
I'll
guys.
feel a lot better about this if I get something good out of it.
Right.
So to give you guys a little, in case you missed it at the beginning, Homebrew is about like a 200 to 300 foot square shop. You have a coffee bar counter with, you know, all the different espresso latte machines and everything behind there, coffee pots and things to brew all manner of coffee and coffee related products. There's also, in the past about 3 weeks, they did add a bar, and there is alcohol. They have a liquor license, so you can serve alcohol here.
Oh, hell yeah.
There was supposed to be a bartender on shift. You don't see one. And they also have a cook staff who apparently hasn't shown up yet, who does cooking, but they can do like, you know, you have pastries and things that you have that are pre-made that you get delivered early in the morning, but they're also there. Oh, it's just coffee for you. That's the link. There is they can do like egg sandwiches and like omelets and like sandwiches because they're a 24-hour shop. So they don't do like crazy dinners, but you can get like, if you want some sort of like a hot sandwich of some kind or some small little side things, easy stuff to make, mac and cheese, oatmeal, that kind of stuff. You have a cook for that. It also, on this floor, it has the back office for the manager staff. It has a like a broom closet / cleaning closet. There's obviously the restrooms, which are for you know, workers and then also for customers. But then downstairs is a storage room. There is like a offshoot of the storage room is a break room. And then there's also like the one singular bathroom that's down there that's a little more exclusive that customers can't get access to. So that is what you have on a regular day. Oh, and I guess I should say the chairs are like, you have some high top tables with high top chairs. You have a couple of like nicer recliner chairs by the fire. You had a couple. It's basically a mishmash of chairs and tables, whatever people could get. So this is what you guys see when you walk in. With your perception checks, you can also see footsteps and hoof prints in the dirt, in the mess. You see that the ice that has begun to melt, it's not just ice. It was a person frozen in ice that shattered, and you can start to see like the body parts amidst the broken, shattered ice.
OMG!
Yeah, there is some dust and ashes in places. There is. I guess we didn't talk about it. There's a dead. I forgot that Gladriel's body should be here because she died. So you see an old human wizard dead on the ground, scorched and mostly ashes. Yeah. So that's that. And let's see. You rolled roll me 2 percentile, please, Renee, as you search about to figure out what the hell happened on the last shift.
Okay, that is a 50.
Okay, so as you're searching about the remains and things to see what's going on, what the hell happened.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
What?
What?
Yeah, okay. So you're searching about, and amidst the coiled up knitting, like crocheted scarf, you hear like a and you go over and you look through it and you unfurl that, and inside that is a little wolf puppy.
Oh, what the hell happened here?
Is this my wolf puppy?
Yep.
Yay! I get a wolf puppy.
Are
The
animals
technical,
allowed?
the technical terminology it says is a pet. Well, we're tweaking it, but it actually says a pet wolf you found at your grandmother's house. No sign of Granny, though, which is strange indeed. But this is at a coffee shop, and one more, Renee, because you have another one.
An 84.
Okay.
This feels so on brand for Belladonnas.
Yeah.
No.
Can we
Oh,
all get
more
pets?
pets. More
Guys,
pets.
It's entirely possible.
We really did just like move the game to another.
We did. It's all the same.
And as you look into the coruscating, beautiful purples and blues eyes of this wolf, it taps into something deep in your soul. And you realize that it unhinges a part of you and your pact magic that you didn't know you had. And disastrous mistakes with your pact magic can rupture the very fabric of space and time.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, cool.
Oh, good. Yeah. That sounds great.
I put that under pact magic.
Disastrous.
When you don't know where to put it on your character sheet.
Yeah.
All right, Poppy, let's see what you got.
11.
All right, let me jump over to the bard list. This is
Your
what
name is Poppy?
Yeah,
Poppy, not puppy.
Okay.
Poppy.
Oh, no. I was like, Poppy. Yeah, like the whole... Never mind.
What did you get?
Well, I got 11.
11.
Yeah, technically I may be from the Belladonna stream.
Oh. Things are getting weird, guys. I love it.
Let's see. All right, you find a bell that remains silent no matter how hard it is struck. It bears runes that possibly translate to the knell of the world.
Perfect.
And one more, or two more for you.
Okay.
18.
Okay? You find a box, and inside that box is a bird song. Like, you open it, it's a little tweeting bird song. One more.
50.
50. How very on brand. You find a small glass vial containing some dried up brown flakes, and it's said to be the heart's blood of the true king of soul.
Okay.
These are ridiculous.
I know. I love these.
Everybody, please
Ridiculous.
donate more. Can we just do
Yes,
this
let's
for
just
3 hours?
receive trinkets for 3 hours.
Let's run through the list, guys. We can do it.
All right, Katie, 2 for you.
90.
A hit list of people who wronged you that you recite each night. Very similar to Arya Stark. How on brand.
Right. And then I got a 54.
A sleeve-like tattoo of a metallic dragon showing that you use your skills to do good for mankind.
Whether or not that's true.
You want people to think so.
Yes, I've got a really dope gold dragon sleeve.
All right, Celeste.
All right, Chad man, the jazz man. He got a 48.
Fucking god.
All right, Chaz.
I'm
Chad?
pretty sure I've dated Chad before. So.
Oh.
Everyone's at least known
Everyone's
that.
dated at least.
All right, Chad, you got your own personal tapestry of fate. As your life unfolds, it grows longer and more detailed.
Whoa. Okay.
Thanks, bud. See ya.
All right.
One more.
Totally use that as a pickup. Here we go.
Sean's so nice.
But Sean,
Yeah, he just came by to give me a surge so that I could stay awake.
Oh, Sean. That was a 92.
He lives 4 minutes from my house now. So
well.
a 92, you said?
Yep.
You have an orange ball, and the inside is marked with 7 red stars.
Okay.
You just gotta find the rest of them.
You find the other 6, the stream is over.
Fucked anyway.
Yes.
Go find
Yeah,
all
we're
the
done with
Dragon Balls.
Listen, I want to
New
ride my
quest.
Pegasus around.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for donating.
That was so great. So,
You guys can also see drag marks on the floor leading to the broom closet.
right, Tinder's gonna ignore all of that and go behind the coffee bar, and she's going to put down this big glass jar that she brought with her and set it down next to the tip jar, and it says Tinder's tips on it.
Okay.
And prepare for her shift. And just look around. She's like, I'm a cashier. I'm not gonna clean this up, just so you guys know.
Okay, but like, what are we supposed to do? Like, I mean, we sell coffee. Do you think anyone is going to actually come in here with this in this state?
Maybe not. Ted, real quick, how big was that sign at our competitor's place?
Yeah.
It was like a sandwich board out front. So it was like written on with chalk. At this point, you see the door opens, and like a very confused woman walks in, an older woman, and you know this to be Leslie. And Leslie's out on maternity leave currently. And she stops in to say hi with her baby. And this baby is so ugly. Like, it is the ugliest baby. And no one likes Leslie. Okay? No one likes her in the shop. But she, like, stops in. She's like, oh, hi, I'm just coming to get my coffee. I'm on maternity leave. I don't have to come to work anymore. Me and... what the hell's her baby's name? Trevor,
Okay.
we're here. And she's like, what happened? You guys are really letting this fall apart.
We just got here.
What's your husband doing? Isn't he the manager?
And you know that she's a single mom.
Oh shit.
And she's just like, I just can't even right now with you, Tinder. Why are you like, I just want it. She's like, Trevor, we don't need this. And she just walks out.
Oh, thank God.
Right.
Bye. Hey, do you think the tea shop wants this bear?
The dead one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start dragging it out of the shop to go leave in front of their shop.
Okay. What's your strength, Chad?
I'm the Chad man.
Yeah, but you're also a monk, so I'm curious.
Yeah, 10. So it's not great.
It takes a little
Not
while,
great, kids.
but you're able to.
Poppy will help Chad because she thinks that making a display of dead bodies in front of the competitor shop is highly artistic and that it would be great.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm really trying to say something, Poppy.
Yep.
Right.
I really love a dude bro monk. Wow.
Yeah. I really like punching stuff.
Also, she has a strength of 20, so
Holy shit.
helpful.
All right, so she does help you get over there. And it's strange. You guys would expect at this time, as you guys do you try to do this stealthily at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or are you just dragging it straight over there?
I'm just dragging it
Yeah,
straight
I'm
over
just
there.
trying to stay over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Streak of
kinda-
blood in the street anyway.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go while
Oh.
they're doing this and stealth and basically try to, while they're distracting them with a dead bear, get rid of this fucking sign.
Make me a stealth check.
Nice.
I'm just gonna be holding my new little wolf pup that I haven't named yet, and may actually ask Twitch to help me name. Or wherever you're watching the stream, I guess. And just say, I would never give you to the tea shop.
23.
Yeah, you successfully stealth your way over there. Also, a real quick shout out if you're watching on YouTube. Sorry, I just pulled up the YouTube chat. I feel like a jerk. My bad. Anyway, yeah, you sneak over there. And what do you want to do with this?
Basically, as they're distracting, I just want to get out of there with the sign and then set it on fire because I can do that.
Okay.
This escalated quickly.
Again, did you watch last session?
I know, I did.
All right, so you do. You take it away, you take it off into a side alley, and you set it on fire.
Go back into Homebrew.
What's the tea shop's name?
The Jade Dragon.
Okay.
Jade Dragon?
After we set up the bear, I'm going to skywrite and put the Jade Dragon kills bears. Do you really want their wares? And
Oh, hell yeah!
Come to Homebrew.
All right.
Pointing and laughing.
You guys see? Oh, you guys outside see this appear in the sky.
No.
All right. So you guys come back in, and you can see there's the dead body of what's it called? The dead body of Gladriel, the old wizard who works here, who's just ornery. And you never really thought much of it, but she did always seem to hate other old people, other old women. You never knew why.
I respected it.
You also see that you're also surprised to not see a handful of people, right? Like, you would normally expect Miriam, who is here and always comes in every day, orders a coffee and a Danish, and sits in the corner and knits for several hours. You don't see her, but you see her knitting needles and the remains of the sweater you knew her to be working on. You're also, to some of your excitement, not seeing Clarence here, the old gentleman who would just talk consistently to everybody, whether they wanted to be talking, and would incessantly hit on all the female staff.
Fuck that guy.
He's not here. You don't know where he is. And you're also surprised and a little bit thankful that you don't see Betty, Mary Lou, Jane, and Hazel, the four old women who would casually bring their own tea bags and ask for hot water and take up the prime table and play bridge for hours and take the prime real estate. But the prime table is also gone.
Is the demographic of our coffee shop just entirely old people?
Assholes.
I mean,
assholes.
it's
No, do we have good customers?
I really thought that I was going to bring the young and funky fresh to this coffee shop, and apparently I didn't.
Well, as you guys are discussing this, you see about like a 20-year-old woman walk in, and she has a child with her, and the child is about 4 years old, and she comes in. I'm sorry. A 4-year-old.
People and women with children.
A 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. And she comes in and they're like, mommy, 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 running around. And she's just like, I just need a latte. Just please give me a latte. And she looks to you, Tinder, because you're the only one behind the counter.
Oh. I'm covered in bear blood. Excuse me.
Nope.
Can we get anything for the kids? Maybe some chamomile to calm them down.
And she's like, whatever. Just I need a latte.
Right. I make the latte.
All right,
you signature latte art in it for Tinder.
Which is?
And make it look like a little flame in the center of it.
Very cute. And she's like, oh my god. She looks at you and she's just like, she drinks it and she's like, don't have kids. And she goes and sits in the corner and sits down, and she basically, because apparently we've established that scrying phone type things exist, she pulls that out and she just sits there drinking with her little scrying stone, and her kids are just running around and she's like, quiet, just be good. And she doesn't ignores them as they're just like, and they're like, ew, is this an ear? Gross.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and be like, oh, let me clean that table for you, and just like scoop body parts and blood off the table, just onto the floor, and be like, where's the broom?
In the broom closet, Chad.
Cool. Yeah.
Wait, are we the responsible shift?
Yeah.
So Chad,
I mean, to be fair, what we were up against was not much.
I think
he said we got them what they ordered one time.
Yeah.
So
I think Chad is training to be like a shift lead, so he's really got his eye on that prize.
Yeah, because this isn't our fault. This is whoever made the schedule who put the 4 of us together.
Yeah. No, this is fine.
So Chad, you go into the broom closet, and as you open it, amidst the brooms and mops and other things, other toiletries and cleaning supplies, you see in the corner a dead body. You know this dead body to be Dr. Thaddeus, one of the other porkers of the shift. He has since expired here in the closet. He is scorched, and on his chest are 5 glass bottles with varying labels. 2 of them, which you see, are read as peppermint spice.
Ew.
Clear. They're all clear liquid.
Cool. All right. So does that look like syrup or something useful to me?
Yeah. I mean, peppermint stuff. You're in.
That season, man.
Yeah.
I'll take his necklace, and then I'll take a broom, and I'll close the door.
Okay. Do you take any of the vials? Do you take the vials, or you leave those?
Yeah, I take the vials.
Yeah, and it's strange because he's like slumped in the corner, dead, and they're just sort of like on his like torso. These 5 vials.
Yeah, I'll take them. They look cool. And I'm like, all right, useful solution. And then I'm gonna start putting bodies in the broom closet because apparently that's what we're doing now.
All right.
Clean it.
Yeah.
So you can sweep up the remnants of Miriam, Clarence, Betty, Mary Lou, Jane, and Hazel, Felix, and I think that's it.
I will go behind Chad and prestidigitate what I can.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, man, it's just such a long walk to the trash cans, This is great.
Don't
you guys
or something.
It's so far.
You guys also find a briefcase on the floor, and the buckles on this briefcase seem to be made of an extraordinarily heavy and durable metal.
Cool. I'll go and take that out of the massacre closet as well.
No, we have a lost and found.
Oh yeah, put it in the lost and found. I'll put the vials in the lost and found too.
This was the you notice that the briefcase was amidst the frozen chunks of a dead body.
Oh, cool.
We'll say there was a frozen hand still stuck to the handle.
So how many members of the previous ship have we found dead in the...
All of them?
No, you found only Gladriel. Oh, and Dr. Thaddeus. 2 members of the previous shift dead.
And then Ned's like broken in the back room.
Yes.
Yeah. No, he's fine. He's just having a good time.
Okay.
But you guys haven't seen him because only Chad has seen him.
Poppy will turn to Chad and be like, is this normally what happens on the shift? I don't usually get called in this early.
I see some weird shit. But no, this is pretty abnormal. Because I don't know what, like full moon or whatever. Did you read your that thing, your astrology, man? Like it said it was gonna have a weird day when I woke up because I'm a Capricorn, obvi. Yeah, so it's probably just the stars and the moon and shit,
Dope.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay. So does it matter at all to you that the briefcase had a frozen hand still on the handle?
Oh, I'm gonna try and get that off and then toss it in the closet.
Okay.
Because that would be weird.
It's gonna stink.
We'll get to it later. You know, the guys at the last shift have to take out the trash, so this is like a future problem.
I will say that Tinder, you do see this. You see the briefcase. It does clearly have latches and is locked as it is thrown into the closet. And you are able to.
Oh no! I'm the lost and found. I
Oh,
take
the
the
hand.
throw the hand into the closet, and then I bring the suitcase to the lost and found like a responsible adult.
You do that, and then you throw that in there along with the 5 vials, which I'll just say that you guys would know that just because you've all worked different shifts, this is how the schedule worked out this week, that Dr. Thaddeus was an interesting character, was always trying to sell both customers and you guys on his different tinctures and filters and vials, and these look to have his signature mark upon them.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
In pieces?
No, he was just scorched.
Just one.
Okay.
Okay, so if that's the only customer in there, did she tip me, by the way? Or did she pay for my drink?
She paid for her drink and then she just walked away.
Okay.
She clearly was not in the best mindset.
I'm gonna take half of what she paid me for myself.
Okay. Are you doing this stealthily or are you just doing this?
Yeah. I'll sleight of hand it.
Okay.
11 plus 1 is 12 plus 10, 22.
Okay. I'm going to say with passive perception-wise, nobody sees you steal from the register.
Awesome. So, I'm going to kind of like go over to the lost and found area and just like stand by it and kind of eye this briefcase. Like sort of like kind of awkward. Oh, my hand's on it now. Is it locked?
Oh, weird.
Oh, weird. Put it back on this table.
It is. So I will also say that I need Chad. Chad, as you're looking about, what are you up to at the moment?
Oh yeah, the jazz man. So I think I am generally trying to get the front of house like looking decent.
Okay.
Because you know we gotta have people in there, and it's gotta look better than that stupid tea shop because tea is for losers.
It's just leaf water.
It's leaf water. Ew.
All right, so you're doing that, and let me roll this real quick. So as you're searching about, sweeping up, you didn't see it because it was kind of beset into the floor, underneath the bear, but you find, get this, another orange ball. This one with 3 stars in it.
Please let this become dragon.
Okay, I'm holding both of them in my hands like, what does this mean? Whoa. I'm like looking around, like seeing if I can see any other ones. Oh my god, I got 2.
Walking around with his balls in his hands.
And we are now, just so you know, Katie, it says good luck Tinder, $20 from Knight and Ellie. I don't know if that was a specific donation or not, but guys, $10. Also a reminder for those of you watching, there is the donations that are of the higher tier that gets crazy, like adding monsters or decks of many things or wish spells. But if we hit $1,100, then everybody levels up throughout the course of the adventure. So when they come back later, they're not all at level 5. I haven't determined exactly how that level up breakdown will be, but we shall see.
It'll be 20 at 10 o'clock.
Maybe. Probably not. But
We wanted to give me a potion.
By the way,
Okay.
Pops. I'm just gonna call her Pops.
sure.
Pops is gonna go behind the bar and just take a swig of whiskey and then kind of like be like, I'm the new bartender.
I've always wanted to bartend.
So you do
I feel
feel
like Poppy would be great at mixology.
Oh yeah.
Like look into their soul and see exactly what they need in a
Yeah.
drink.
You
Yeah.
crush that rosemary delicately into that glass.
And that little mortar and pestle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
make the smoky
True.
toe.
you do know, Tinder, that yes, it is locked. this
Great.
briefcase.
I would like to try to unlock it.
You can make me a Thieves' Tools check, please.
That's 10. This one is 11 plus 10, 21.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find the little... it's less of like an actual lock, and it's the 3 number combinations, but you're able to listen and through a series of clicks figure it out, and you are able to and flip open the briefcase.
What's in it?
Okay, so on the top there is some papers, right? And you see that it says that it's, let's see, Felix Garrettson, and it's his resume. And he is quite like, he's had a lot of like internships. He's had some temporary work. He seems exceptionally qualified, and he has a big long list of like how he went to. He has a mixology certificate in there as well. He has a lot, like he was very qualified for this bartender job. He also lists that like his interests were also like martial arts and, you know,
Cool.
all this other kind of stuff. So that's all in there. There's a couple copies of his resume. There's a banana in case he got hungry.
Ew.
What else is contained inside Felix's briefcase?
Anything I care about.
Make me an investigation check.
Let's get those. That's a 5.
Nope, nothing else.
Great. I close it.
Okay, you close it. So
Back to the counter.
yes. So what else? What has Lottie been doing while this has been going on?
Yeah, so Lottie has now just tucked her wolf pup under the crook of her arm and is just carting him around everywhere, and has started calling him Bean.
Oh,
Cute.
Yes,
So cute.
thank you to everyone who suggested Bean. It's very, very good. So just walking around with just this puppy under the crook of her arm and like only doing things one-handed. So she's basically refusing to do anything that requires more work than that. And then in between, she'll just like pet Bean's head.
Mm-hmm. Very cute.
Yeah. So I think she did help a little bit with cleaning, but like minimal, because she just got her nails done and she has a puppy in one hand.
Okay. So while you're there, you don't know. Oh, you would have had to know because you would have asked, because she went to go sit down. So it's Desiree is the woman there with the 2 kids running around. There would have been so many more NPCs here in the bar or in the shop today, but they're all freaking dead right now.
Make some new ones.
I'm working on it.
Let's kill them too.
I did hear mention in the last stream about like a competition to see how many NPCs each shift could kill.
That was something that they suggested, yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. I'll just put that out there.
We'll see where the day takes us.
I assume we're not killing children, right? Because right now we only got 1 to play with. So
There's two. You would know that it is Desiree's 2 kids, 4-year-old Brett and 5-year-old Brandy, and she is not.
And Brandy.
Yep.
Good. They're cute. Yep.
I'm gonna see if they want to come over and listen to some of my poetry.
Oh no.
And they're like running around, and they're like, okay, and they come like run over to listen to some of your poetry. Okay. They don't really know what poetry is, but they'll listen to it.
I pour them each a glass of scotch.
And Desiree is just not, and they're like, Desiree is not paying any attention. She's like, yeah, have fun. Drinking her coffee, scrying on her social media scrying device that we've established exists.
And I will start reciting my poetry too. Be like,
okay.
Darkness, the soul is everywhere. I see it. And like just like random like nonsense words.
So 5-year-old Brandy is fighting as to finish this drink, as like it seems like it's like a badge of honor. Like
I'll see them struggling, and I'll take out like a little lemon wedge and like put it along.
Because that'll make it easy.
Or grenadine or something.
So Brett or Brandy, it seems like it's a challenge to him now. He's gonna get through this.
Cool.
He doesn't want to, and like Brandy's like, I'm bored. This is boring. You're boring, and he runs away.
I cast Dissonant Whispers on him until he comes back.
So, okay. What's your save DC?
15.
Cool. Roll me 3d6 psychic damage for this child.
My God, you're killing a kid. That's the opposite of the point.
Reminder, this is an extra life stream to raise money for sick kids in need.
He'll be sick pretty soon. 9 points of damage.
Yeah, he dies. His brain explodes. You watch as this kid drops dead in the middle of the shop.
Well, that was not the intended solution that I wanted.
How much health do you think children have?
Poppy doesn't know.
You guys watch, Tinder, Chad, Lottie. You watch as this kid runs away after saying Poppy is boring. And let me just hang on. Let's find out here.
Lottie, put Bean in this kid's clothes, and she won't notice.
So it's verbal components only. So you watch as she issues the spell, very clearly issuing a spell, and this kid just drops dead.
But that NPC death count to 8.
God. Or is that half? Is that 7.5? Because it's a kid.
No, they count as he's tried as an adult.
They're people too.
People too. Oh shit.
Oh Lord, this got real dark real fast.
Has the mom noticed yet?
No.
I'm telling you, put Bean in these clothes.
I don't want to do that to Bean. I just got Bean.
Bean doesn't even know what's going on.
Adorable. Bean is adorable.
We'll steal him back tomorrow. We'll follow her and we'll get him back.
No.
I mean, maybe we should call a cleric to like look at the kid, and then also Ned, because I don't think he's doing so good.
You know any clerics?
We all just huddled in the corner now.
I'm gonna go outside the shop and just be like, hey, is anyone here a cleric?
As this is happening, you watch like Brandy walk over to his little brother, and he's like, Brett, get up, Brett.
Oh God,
Brandy,
Brett, and it is like so much like the Lion King. Get up, Brett.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
let me show you how you make a kitty in a latte.
And he's like, okay, and like his hand as you like, yeah.
He's just tired. It's fine. Everything's fine. Look, if you pour things, they make pictures.
And he's also a little bit drunk because he's a 5-year-old that just finished a glass of whiskey.
What? Poppy is a monster.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
Child
boy.
murder.
Poppy is a very artistic monster.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anybody a cleric in the street out here? We really need you. Do we have like message spells on speed dial to like a local?
No, because you're a freaking coffee shop. This shouldn't be an issue.
Well, hey, safety first, man. I don't know. Shit. I have insurance, right?
Poppy
guess-
thinks she needs to take care of her own problems, so she picks up the body, puts it in the closet with the rest of them, and then goes, hey, I think your kid ran out the front door.
And Desiree looks up and she sees that Brandy is there with Tinder, and she's like, kids. Brandy, stay here. I'll go get your brother. And she runs out of the shop. Chad, you watch as the mother runs out of the shop.
Oh shit.
And she's yelling, Brett, and she's like looking around.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, a child death would be bad for business, so I'm just gonna like lean into it.
Can we safely assume that nothing like this has ever happened in the history of homebrew?
Yes, we can definitely suggest that. Yes.
Okay.
Nothing bad has ever happened until today.
Apparently, yeah. This is what happens when you work in the service industry for this long. You start murdering people.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my job.
Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'll see like one of the proprietors of the tea shop from across the street will poke his head out the door, and he's an older gentleman, long gray beard. He says, "I'm a cleric. What do you need?"
Nothing from you. Shut up.
So creepy.
Shut up!
I'm gonna go. It's none of your goddamn business. And I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna close the door behind me.
Okay.
Okay, so there aren't any clerics available.
Not in the one street where you yelled it, except for the one cleric who offered that he was there.
Poppy, you've got like a winged horse, right? Go find somebody and bring him back. We're in Waterdeep. There's temples everywhere.
Fine. And she'll go out and find Latte and then fly around until she finds a temple.
I've got like 8 cups of lattes in front of me, by the way, all with various animals.
Preferably a temple of necromancy.
Oh god.
Why?
You want to bring the kid back from death, so
Like life domain, like
Paylor. Healing.
Let me just see something real quick.
It'll matter.
Okay, so let me pull open this book real quick, as I have to check on something now.
Oh. Are we all gonna get arrested? Because that'd be a super buzzkill.
Well, we joked about it last session. Now it may become a real thing.
nope.
now that the kids have died.
It'll be fine.
I did a really good job cleaning up front of house, so I don't know why anyone would be suspicious.
Oh Lord.
I'm so fast. I'm so good at mopping.
There's a good chance that I won't find a temple of necromancy in a respected town, but you know.
Well, this child's gonna be a zombie. I can feel it.
I don't think the mother will notice, to be
I
fair.
don't-
Like,
I don't-
finally, slow down.
God, oh, you're so quiet now. Yes.
All Ted gave us was a mother and 2 annoying children, and I went with it.
Roll with it.
In a different direction than I would have gone. But yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, if anybody here is new, please donate a trinket so I can collect all 7 Dragon Balls. Thank you.
Then you can just wish them back to life, right?
I can wish.
Are
that
you gonna
nothing
use
ever
your
happened.
one dragon wish with Shenron to bring this kid back to life?
Hey, chat's a
He's
good
like a chat thing,
person. I'm super annoying, but in my heart of hearts, I think I'm a good person. Chad.
Chad with his heart mug.
Let me
Oh yeah,
see.
this is my favorite mug.
Make
Maybe
a
we
wish.
should
Redo this whole day.
Yeah, maybe we should get Ned some coffee. That might help. Poor Ned.
Oh my god.
Of course, the tea guy would be a freaking cleric. I hate those guys.
Fuck that guy.
Can we set their building on fire while we're doing illegal things?
I mean, I'm not opposed.
It's
have
full
leaves.
of dry leaves, man. It'll just go right up.
You already set their sign on fire, so.
That was a warning.
Wait. I know. We'll plant the dead body of the child in the tea shop
Ooh, put it on top of the bear.
because they already are known for killing bears.
They kill kids and bears.
And the mom does think that the kid ran out of the.
We've got a lot
So-
of charismatic people here. We can make them believe.
Yeah,
each other.
let's do it.
Yeah.
As this is all being discussed. Oh wait, hang on. Healing was Poppy and Tinder find healing potions
Nice.
from Nurse Melissa, specifically clarified as a nurse.
I am a nurse. Here is your healing.
Of our family.
You watch.
Hey, nurse Melissa, can you fix Ned, please?
Nurse Melissa, can
You hear from the closet door as the closet door gets knocked open, and you see Dr. Thaddeus come shambling out of the closet. Seemingly, some of the tinctures still contained on his body had mixed together, and he begins stumbling forward, and you see pustules have grown. Like he's got a weird hunchback, pustules all across his face. He's breathing out, and there's like you see flies coming from his mouth as he begins to approach towards you. And I would like you all to roll for initiative, please.
Hey, bro, are you okay?
Did I come back at this point, or am I still flying around?
You're still flying around, trying to find a necromancy temple.
Whoa!
I got a natural 20. I got a 25 for initiative.
Holy crap! I got a 9.
All right, so we've got Chad's got a 9. Tinder got a what?
25.
25. Dr. Thaddeus got a 7. And then Lottie is not here at the moment. And I stepped out. Look at that. Now let me take a quick look into this little book right here known as Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and we'll see what temples are in the castle ward.
Oh crap! Yeah, Thaddeus, you smell, man. Like, what is up?
I don't care. I'm gonna kill you. You're disgusting.
You're disgusting. Not health codes shutting you down. I'm the health police. Get out of here.
Can you imagine if Donnie came in right now?
Don't worry, that's on the list. All right, so
can we trap him and put him loose in the tea shop?
Yeah, and then put the dead body of the kid in there, so then it looks like maybe he killed the kid.
Oh, perfect.
Do we have anything to contain him? I have rope.
I mean, I don't really have. Let's see.
So you know that here in the castle ward, there's a temple of the Seldarine to all elven deities. There's the Spires of the Morning, the temple to the Thander, the Font of Knowledge, the temple to Agma. There is the Tower of Luck, the temple to Timora, and the Halls of Justice, the temple to Tyr. If you were to travel a little bit further out, you'd find the Temple of Beauty, the Moon, the House of Heroes, the Queen Spire. None of these are specifically necromantic deities.
That's a bummer. I think I have a better idea, and then turn back around and fly back to the shop.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could try to hold him down if we want to try and tie him up and get him into this tea shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, oh, Chad, what did you have again? I'm sorry.
A 9.
9. All right. And we don't have
I need to
Lottie.
switch this dice.
And then Poppy is out flying about. So first up is you, Tinder.
Okay, I'm gonna make a lasso check, whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's a ranged weapon, like, to see if I hit.
Sure. Make just a dex. You're not proficient in lassos,
No,
so
I'm
make a
not.
dexterity check.
That's 23.
Okay. Yeah. You get him with the lasso.
Yes. I'm not strong, so
Neither am I. This is
this
great.
is gonna go great. And then I guess, how far away is he from me?
Say 15 feet.
Okay. And then I'm just going to try to hold tight, I guess, and see what happens next.
All right, Chad, my dude, you're up next.
Okay. All right. So I guess my strategy is I'm gonna beat this guy into submission, but not like kill him, like just mess him up real bad so we can set him loose in the tea shop. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like hop over the counter and like look really cool, and then I'm gonna do one of those like stupid wrestling moves where I just like throw my legs out and try to land on top of him.
Okay.
All right. Okay, great. I did really good at that. So that'll be 23.
That hits.
All right. Let's see. Monks are hard. Okay, that'll be 6 damage from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that I'm kind of like on him, I'm gonna like just like kick my leg up. Like
Okay.
this looks ridiculous. This looks like anybody who like watches YouTube martial arts videos and then like practices at home in their backyard.
Okay. Let's see.
So that'd be a 19 to kick him.
That hits.
Okay. And that'll be 5 damage. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go into Chad Rage, which is flurry of blows. And
Okay.
I'm going to start hitting him with my hands.
All right, let's see.
All right, and so 19 again.
Yep.
Okay, 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then one more.
Okay.
All right, 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits too.
And that'll be 9 more damage.
All right, you've been battering into him. And he still seems okay. And then it's his turn.
Okay.
And you watch as the pustules they convulse, and he breathes forth, and a cloud of spores emanates from his mouth. And that gets both you, Poppy, or not Poppy, you, Chad, and you, Tinder. And now that Lottie's back, she can roll initiative too.
I did. It was the 17. I was in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
That's okay. 17.
I was
brush
on
your
the Twitch.
teeth.
So we will come back to you after
Cool.
this. Actually, I'll have you get hit by it too because you're here. Sure. So I need everybody to make.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Constitution saving throws, please.
Okay. Oh no, Chad.
Oh no.
That's not good, bro.
I just hope you all die, and then Poppy comes back and she's like, eh.
I got 8.
8.
Yeah.
12.
I also got an 8.
Cool. You all take 15 points of poison damage. Oh, sorry, of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Did anybody find a cleric?
Nope.
No.
And
Oh, wait, sorry. No, wait. I have the resilient feat, so I get to reroll. Hang on.
resilience just proficiency.
Damn it.
So 11, I think.
Yeah,
Still fail.
worth a
Uncanny,
shot.
uncanny dodge, does that count for like an area of effect attack?
No, because this isn't technically an attack. If it was a physical attack, then yes, you could have it.
Okay.
This is the spores, yeah.
15.
Let's see.
Chad, did you get the undead dude, or is that what this is?
Yeah, there's the undead dude. He got chatted. So.
All right. So, you all immediately seem as though you're having trouble breathing.
Oh, good.
And you feel itchy. Your skin feels itchy.
I'm
Okay.
going to need a bath so bad after this.
All right, Lottie, it is your turn.
Oh gosh. Okay. So undead dude is in Chad's capable hands.
He's lassoed, and Chad is beating him up.
Great. Cool. I mean,
Sort of
yeah.
falling on top of him and doing some sweet flips. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and cast mage armor on myself because
Solid.
I just rolled really terribly for this character.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of going to shield Bean.
I see. Good.
And
Okay.
then that's my turn. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
So, Poppy, you are still flying back. You'll come back next turn.
Sure.
Tinder, you're up.
Okay. That was really gross, and I hate this guy. I'm gonna go in. Now I'm just gonna drop the lasso. Be like, this is fucking dumb. I'm gonna attack him with my rapier.
Okay.
That's 8 plus. So 16.
16 hits, yeah.
Okay, great. That's great. So with Chad there, I get sneak attack.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I'm helping.
Woo! Oh, that's not great. 8 so that's 12 points of damage, and then I'm gonna offhand with my short sword.
Okie doke.
And that's a natural 1. So
That is a miss.
Oh, I have a reroll of 1.
Yes, you do.
Great. That's a 16. 17. It's
That, yep.
And that's 6 more points.
6 more points. Okay. So, he is getting slashed up. Chad, your turn.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Nice. I'm going to. Oh, this guy's so gross. I'm just gonna hit him again, and I'm gonna do like a cool thing where I like throw my elbow up into his nose.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right. 27. Yeah,
You
Chad.
do. His nose recesses into his face, so it now looks like a skull.
Gross. I love it. Okay, that'll be 8.
8 points. All right.
And then I'm not a creative man, so I'm gonna do it again with the other elbow.
Okay.
Okay, 20. Chad, my man. 10 more damage. Is this
Nice.
what being a monk feels like?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I love playing monks.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and burn a key to use patient defense. So I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Not a bad call. All right, then it's its turn. Does it get its plague breath back? It does. Yay.
No.
You know what? You guys were all infected anyway, so he doesn't care. He's just gonna beat you up. So he's gonna punch you, Chad, or try.
He's gonna try.
He's gonna get a 14.
No.
Okay. He's gonna
Chad's
try.
just going, whoa! And it's very distracting.
Does a 19 hit you, Chad?
Yeah. Wait, what does dodge get me again?
Oh, disadvantage on the attack rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, that was higher, so.
Bummer.
What? Holy shit. That was 3 6s on 3d6. So, Chad, you take 21 points of damage as he just punches you in the face. And you watch as he's punching, his like arm his hand sort of like disconnects at the wrist and falls off, so he just hits you with the jagged point of the bone. You take 21 points of damage.
Oh, hey guys, if you're out there in chat, please donate a health potion to Chad. Thank you. Or this may be the last of the Che man.
Lottie, it's your turn.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and gosh, this is so hard. I am going to I picked terrible spells too for this.
You guys all thought it was just going to be coffee-related things.
No, I just picked goofy things because I thought it'd be fun, and now I'm regretting it. So Chad, he's still restrained by Chad?
No, he's not restrained. I'm just squaring off with him.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Okay.
That doesn't work on undead.
Dang it! Oh, he is undead.
The one creature type that is like F you hold spells.
Well, it also someone tried to
never play Warlock either.
Someone tried to do that this morning with a construct too, so don't feel bad.
Oh no.
The coffee golem.
No, yeah, I never play Warlocks.
Good old Sharon, who wanted to speak to the manager. No one Good. Sharon and Billy.
Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. I am going to go cast Burning Hands.
Okay, I'll say you can angle it in such a way that you don't hit anybody.
Nice.
That's my goal. Okay, so
He's gonna make a dex
yeah,
save.
dex saving throw.
Oh, that's a 9. So I'm gonna assume that that is a miss. Or a fail. So that's
Yeah, that is actually yes. So
5d6?
3d6.
Well, or wouldn't it be cast at a 3rd level?
I wasn't going to.
Well, you're a warlock, so it's automatically cast at that level.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's all your warlock slots are automatically cast at the highest level. But you only
I'm
have
learning so much about warlocks in this brief span of time. Thank you so much.
But it's
What an
only
educational session for me.
But it's only you only have 2 slots, but they're always cast at max.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Good to know. Okay.
But they
yeah.
come back on a short rest, also nice.
6, 5, 2, 3, 3.
Okay,
What's math?
I did the math on that, let's say. So you actually incinerate Professor Thaddeus with your burning hands, and as he drops to the floor, he explodes in a cloud of spores. I need the 3 of you all to make Constitution saving throws again.
No. Oh man.
Oh, I never liked him.
Chad
Okay.
might die. No, I got a 17. So
Good.
An 18.
Katie, what'd you get?
18.
All right, so you all succeed. Holy shit! I need to roll stats. Does anybody have a game? I want to roll these dice. It's like that's a 16 on 3d6. Like I don't even need the 4th d6. Forget that. I'll just do 3. So that's 8 points of necrotic damage to all of you.
Oh god, Chad does not look good. Chad looks sick.
When I was rolling Poppy, I rolled 4 sixes on the 4d6. I was like, how come I couldn't do this for a real character?
Come on.
And Dr. Thaddeus expires.
Okay.
However, because of the nature of the spores, and you cast a spell to defeat him, Lottie, I would like you to please roll me a percentile die.
Whoa, no,
Oh
what?
God.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That's an 87.
Okay, 87.
Is there gonna be some wild magic crap going on?
Yes, there is.
Ah!
Lottie, you, for whatever reason, on not even knowing you had the ability to do this, on Bean, you cast Fly on Bean. And Bean can now fly with a speed of 60 feet for the next 10 minutes.
What?
So Bean, like, floats up out of your hands and floats for the next 10 minutes. And can zip around at a 60-foot fly speed. So there's a little flying wolf
Bless
pup.
you.
I donated a health potion to Celeste.
I
Thank
saw there
you.
was a health potion. Was that a greater?
Whatever the $20 one is.
Thank you. I love you.
JK for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that's a 44 plus 4 healing potion.
Oh hell yeah, cha. All right. I'm a. We'll hold on to that. Hell yeah. Okay.
Who wants to take a break? I feel like we're ready for a break on our shift. We've already done so much.
Yeah.
You
Poppy will walk
guys,
up and be like, hey, I couldn't find a cleric. What?
as you come in, you see the burned remains of Dr. Thaddeus, and you see as your other 3 coworkers begin to get green pustules appearing on their skin.
Oh god.
This is not good for tips. Get this off of me.
Yeah, what's the deal here? Okay, so this came from Thaddeus. So my idea, I'm gonna go and drink one of the peppermint vials from the box
Okay, go ahead. You do that.
because that makes perfect sense to me.
I'd like you to roll me a percentile, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Speedy, God bless you, sir.
I I got a 39.
You, as you drink this, you regain 17 hit points.
What the
Oh,
And you're like,
yeah.
that's right, that was the antidote, I guess. You still feel diseased, but you gain 17 hit points back.
Well, I'm gonna drink another one because clearly these are great.
Roll me a percentile, please.
All right. Chad's like, awesome. Look, 45.
You immediately start levitating. You have cast
Whoa.
the levitate spell on yourself.
My puppy is flying. Chad is now flying.
So this is, for the next 10 minutes, you are levitating, right? So it works like the levitate spell. You can only go up and down, but people can push you, and then you kind of go. You don't have momentum. You just go up and down. If people push you, you go back and forth.
Does he still have the green pustules all over him?
Yes.
So I'm just floating with green pustules.
Okay, I say that we put up a sign for a siesta and we go find a cleric.
We need a cleric so bad.
We need a cleric.
Do we
But
need to find
Ned is really in trouble.
What happened to the other child?
She's in the bar. She saw all of... Oh, she left. The other child's here with you. Oh, no.
Oh, the
yes.
child would be covered in
Oh,
Was
blood.
not
yes,
responsible for this
Ted.
one.
I'm sorry. No, this
Wait,
is
but does
not-
she get hit if she's behind the bar in the opposite direction of us?
Okay.
Can we let one child survive, fucking please?
Yeah, please. God, Ted.
No, well, I was gonna say we should take the dead body of the other child with us to find the cleric. And then I remembered there were two of them.
Okay, so the one... We'll say that behind the bar, Brandy was okay. Protected from the scourge of the spray of plague from Dr. Thaddeus.
Bless you, Ted.
Great.
Currently Chad is floating above the espresso machines, holding onto that rack, like where the mugs go. So he's doing a handstand.
You can go down and up as much as you want.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
Okay.
He's hanging upside down doing a handstand.
I take my lasso and I put it on one of Chad's appendages and I tighten it up and I'm like, we need to go find a cleric like
Whoa.
that.
I'm like,
And-
Chad, kite.
At this point, you hear like a scream from the back room as though someone who had been literally almost burnt alive who had been staving off the pains of burning flesh for about an hour has had that all culminate in one moment, as there's just like this horrifying scream of terror and pain from the back office.
Whoa. Hey, can you pull me over there? I think Ned needs this healing potion more than I do.
I don't know about that. I mean, don't you want to be a manager? Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
I don't
true.
really care about Ned.
And you watch as the door swings open, and you see and you see Ned like in pain, and like his eyes, you notice now, Chad, not dilated, bloodshot, but not dilated, and he is
Yeah.
resting,
Right.
and he's just like,
Ned.
and he looks about at the shop, and apparently going through this much severe pain all at once has sobered him up enough where he's like back on track now, and he looks at the three of you. Oh, as Poppy comes in the door, or you arrive there, yeah.
Yep, arrived.
I have arrived.
I have arrived.
And he says, Minter is coming.
Cool,
And
Ned. I'm gonna go over to Latte, not my horse, but
Lottie?
Lottie. And I'm going to try lesser restoration on her to see if it gets rid of the boils.
I think it will, but I will find out.
Oh, I would
Lottie's-
love that.
Lottie's a girl, right?
Not good for
Yes.
my image or my skin.
Does Lesser Restoration says you can cure a disease, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it does.
Okay. Then I will go over to Chad and Tinder and take care of it as well.
Okay, you guys feel
Oh,
and
thanks.
see. You feel better, and the pustules leave your body.
Hey, Ned, you should drink one of those vials in the Lost and Found box. Really helped me out.
And he says, "No, this is how I got into this mess in the first place." He says, That last shift, they're all fired.
I think
Okay.
they're dead.
Yeah, we just killed them.
No,
like, again.
one of them drugged me.
Oh.
Which one?
The Minotaur.
I don't know who that is.
You would know that it's Galdar. That's the one.
Have I worked with him before?
You have, and you saw the schedule, so you know who's on when.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sidle over and be like, yeah, oh yeah, totally fired, my man. Yeah, they can't take care of you at all. But you know what?
You know
Who's
what?
always
I think he
here
killed
for
a
you.
kid, too. I
Yeah,
think that Minotaur killed a
He
kid.
killed a kid, and we're here for you, and we're awesome. So I know there's probably going to be a morning shift opening up, and I'm just saying.
And he's like, "Did that son of a bitch make me sign a paycheck for him?"
Oh.
And he's like trying to remember, and everything's fuzzy, and he doesn't remember what's going on.
Okay.
But
And he's-
yeah, did you hear the kid's dead? That we saw him kill.
We saw him kill a kid.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
awful.
want to get mixed up in this. You
Do
know.
know any clerics?
yeah.
And he asks you, "I need somebody to make a deception check."
Okay.
I'll do it.
Can we give her advantage with our help?
Yeah, we're
Sure.
all
Yeah,
staring.
we're all,
We've
We're
all
all in
got
on
this
this.
story
all
straight.
being very honest about this.
That's 16 plus.
Oh, I get it. His name is Ned, and he says Minter is coming. I understand.
Wow, way to catch up to the rest of us, Celeste.
No
Thank
one
you.
left behind.
I needed a minute.
What did you
26.
get? 26.
Unless I was given advantage, then I can roll again, but I wasn't sure.
No, I don't think so. Also, Katie, you got a second Timora's luck, so I will, or Timora's blessing, so I'll let you, since you have one already, I will let you choose who you want to give that to.
Laura or Celeste, because you guys are playing again. I'll give it to Laura because I gave you a potion, Celeste.
Nice.
Okay.
Then
So.
27.
All right, let me. Where is that book? Let me just look up something because he rolled a natural 20. So let me just see what his insight bonus is. I don't think it's probably that high, but
He
let's
has
see.
no reason to disbelieve us.
He has a reason to question everything now.
What do you mean? We cleaned the shop. It was awesome.
Wow, we're such a good shift, you know.
Yeah.
We
Many
killed
things
that
to
monster
pay
for
for.
you.
Yeah, that jerk of a doctor.
All right, he's like, and he said, "Well, they killed 7 other people. I'm not surprised they wouldn't kill a child too."
Exactly. We should
Yeah.
hunt him down.
And he says, "Maybe."
Okay.
He
Let
says
me
that
just
we
get
have, we
back
can,
behind the bar.
and he says, I'll call the authorities. They'll investigate this.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
And he
Oh, you
says,
should also tell them that the place across the street kills bears. They have a dead bear out there.
Yeah, what the
It's
hell?
gross, man.
and he says, no, they killed the bear. It was Bosco. He died in a fireball. They gave some drink to Clarence, and as soon as he drank it, he detonated in a fireball, killing himself and apparently several others.
No.
Wow. I look at the 2 empty vials that I drank from, and I'm like, whoa, narrow miss. Cha-cha man, living his truth, doing it right. Go
So,
play the slots.
he says, we have things we must attend to. He says, first of all, we need a new table. And he points to the destroyed table. He says, we need to clearly hire new people, as we've lost several people. I don't know where they just hired a new bartender. She's gone. We need a new
I'll bartend.
But this... And he goes, well, we're still going to need another bartender because you're not on all the time. We need another bartender for another shift.
Okay.
And you guys know that they only got the liquor license like 3 weeks ago. So this is a new part of this whole piece.
We've already served children.
No, we haven't.
We haven't. We would never do
No.
that.
I
Is the
didn't
other
say that.
child still behind
The
you?
other child is still here.
Oh, drunk behind the bar.
Yeah, drunk behind the bar. And he's like, what's our child doing behind the bar?
This is
Brandy. Brett.
Where is this child's parent?
Yeah, she totally abandoned him.
Yeah.
So
Just left.
Trey, do you remember Desiree? She comes in here all the time and she's never focused on her kids.
You can make a deception check. Tinder. At advantage, because it's true.
Can I put on at this point those thick like yellow gloves and then drag the body back into the storage closet?
And he's like, the closet? Really?
Oh yeah, I mean we'll take it out later, but I figured, you know, just out of sight, out of mind, right?
Put it back where we found it, you know?
Yeah.
What did you get, Tinder?
I got an 18.
All right. So he believes you when you say like, "Oh, it's just Desiree being Desiree." And he's like, "All right." He says, "We need to get rid of these bodies, and well, you've done a good job cleaning things up. We need new security because Bosco is dead. We need new people working. We need to hook up the new coffee grinder. We need to change out all the signage to prepare for Minter. And God damn it, someone get me a peppermint stick."
Okay. I'm kind of starting to understand why the last group like put him to sleep because he's kind of a buzzkill.
A buzzkill, this is your job.
I know. Yeah, that's fine. I would love to hook up the new coffee machine because I love setting things up. I'm super good at them. I don't need a manual or anything.
And he's
I will
like,
work on signage.
I will get you that peppermint stick.
and he looks over to Lottie to see what you're
gonna do.
So I guess I was gonna see if I could reach out to like my social media network and see if like on my scribe device and see if I know anyone who knows someone who knows someone who knows a cleric.
And he's like, that was dizzying logic, but sure.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So like I think we can cover for whatever jackasses like destroyed things and killed a bunch of people in the last shift, but like the kid though, that would be a disaster for PR. And if we were known as the coffee shop that saved a kid, like
Yeah.
just in time for Minter sales.
And he's like, I like you.
Thanks.
And he's like, and he's just like, you're going places, kid. I like that.
Oh, Chad, look out.
Chad is like nose deep in this coffee machine, like pulling things out like of the wall and clearing a space and like
Chad is doing so well.
And he looks at Lottie and he's just like, I think you're key holder material.
Okay, at this Chad like drops a bag of his and then kind of like pokes his head up over the bar. He's like, brutal.
And just like in every other service profession, whether or not you, depending on how hard you try to get to that next position, the person who just shows up and says the exact right thing and appeals to the manager is the one who gets it.
Chad is bad.
Before long, I'm going to be coffee master, and Chad is going to be so much more jealous.
I've been like in that program for like weeks, and I don't know why he won't like give me my fucking certificate. I like know that's a Kenya blend.
All right. So,
man, that really grinds Chad's beans.
Okay, you do things like that all the time, and I never get what you mean. Like you're using a coffee word. Why are you doing that?
Oh, poor Chad. Poppy's just looking to see if there's like pre-made signage or if she gets to actually make the signage.
No, you actually know that this was Ned's idea because the shop has been open for around a year at this point, but it was just kind of getting set up last year. So really this year is when they started to come up with the idea of seasonal based drinks. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't like pumpkin spice, but it was a huge hit with all of the youth And he loves...
And old people and children.
And Lottie, who looks like the incarnation of an elven pumpkin spice latte.
Yes. And he loves peppermint himself. So this was like his idea, right? This idea of peppermint flavored drinks for the winter time. So he's like got a lot riding on this as well. Cause and he keeps and as this is all starting to come together, he stares out the window and he just looks wistfully and he says, "Minter is coming," as he stares out the window.
Okay, I guess I'll make some signs.
I give him that peppermint stick, and then I lean against the counter and don't do anything.
And you give him the peppermint stick, and like there's just a weight, like you see his shoulders untense, and he is so relieved that you didn't break it into pieces in front of him, eat it instead of him, and then stick it in his mouth, mix it in a beverage to give to old ladies. You just gave him the peppermint stick that he wanted.
He did exactly what he wanted.
And he is like... And he puts the peppermint stick in his mouth. And he just nods. And he's like, "I've got a good feeling about this."
Great.
So,
Cool.
Desiree had a scrying device that she was focused on instead of the kids, and I want to go over to the table and see if it's still there.
She did. She left it there in a fit of craziness.
Yes. Okay, great. I'm going to start trying to find a cleric.
Okay. So you can make me an I would say intelligence check, but I don't feel like activating social media as an intelligence check. Let's make it a charisma check.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Perfect.
Charisma. Oh, yes. Okay, great. That is a 25.
Okay. So, with a 25, you can find... Now, are you logging into your account, or are you trying to use Desiree's account?
I'm logging into my account.
Okay. So you have your whole social media network, and you
Right.
reach out to who on your social media network?
Well, I just make a post like, "Need a cleric stat."
At Homebrew.
Need a cleric stat at Homebrew. Heart, heart, coffee emoji, coffee emoji.
Oh, that one with the kid with a thermometer in his mouth.
Yeah, definitely the one with the sick kid. Sick emoji, not sick
Yep.
kid. It's not a sick kid.
It's not a sick kid. It's just a sick emoji.
And I guess do people have anything they say like ref me? No.
Oh, here you go. Speedy in the chat. Please rescry to signal boost.
Try to signal boost. Perfect. Please retry. Heart, heart.
All right. And the tweet, or the scry as it is, goes out to your network, and now you're just now you can just sit and wait for the response.
Yeah.
As you would. And you have Bean there to keep you company.
Oh, I took a cute selfie too with Bean.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
People
obviously.
like happy.
Like immediately 76 hearts on the selfie of you and Bean.
So satisfying.
And then I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, and you see as this is going on, you get 2 rescries with no comments and 4 likes, and one of them is very clearly a cleric but doesn't get it and just likes it and doesn't say anything, so you don't know. So that's going on. While Poppy, you are creating signage.
Yeah.
So I would like you... How does Poppy's signage... How does she create her signs? Is it a function of charisma? Is it a function of dexterity? What is... Is it a constitution because she pours her heart and soul into this? How does it work? You tell me.
I feel like it's definitely probably strength based.
Okay.
She's just going at it with hardcore.
And what is the medium that you're choosing to make these signs with?
It's splatter ink on a big sheet of parchment.
Okay.
Just throwing stuff, occasionally writing some words in there, mint and darkness. Stuff like that.
All right, make me a strength check then.
Perfect. Oh, that's bad. I got a 7.
So it's mostly splotches, and like you write the words like mint and darkness, and then splotch over most of it.
Yep, perfect.
So
Underlying meanings, you know.
like it just when it's all splotched out, it just says like it looks like it just says mark, like the M from mint and the arc from darkness.
Yep,
So it just says
perfect.
mark. That's all. That's what you got.
I hang it up proudly. And then I also make just a very clear help wanted sign.
Okay, very nice. That is hung in the window.
Cool.
Okay. And Chad, what were you up to?
I am trying to get this coffee thing to work. I
All
don't
right.
think I'm doing very well.
You can make me a wisdom check.
Sure. Yeah, Chad. Oh, yeah. Oh, a natural 20. I'm so wise.
Chad is just like, oh, that's dumb. Got it. Click, 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 click. You get a couple wrenches in there, and you attach the proper hoses, and you have successfully installed the new coffee grinder at Homebrew. And this thing is like, this thing is industrial, right? You throw, like, you hit the button, and like a 5-pound bag of coffee beans is ground in like a second. It's ridiculous. Like, you also get the feeling that like this could be really dangerous if, you know, you're not careful around this.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's pretty powerful.
Whose keyholder status now?
He just like looks up briefly from the device and just like winks.
What does that mean? What the
Millennials.
hell?
Mind games going on here.
God. I need to take a break and get a short rest.
Okay, that's fine. You can take your 1 hour
take
short
my
rest.
10 or
Your
whatever,
your
yeah.
short rest break here.
I
As
wasn't
we have,
resting after I gave him the peppermint.
you know what? For the purposes of this, because shifts are 3 hours, we're gonna say that short rests are 10 minutes. So that's like your 10-minute break that everybody gets one per shift.
Whatever.
While I'm on social media, does that count?
Yeah, obviously. Because the way you deal with social media is it is more like a break. Like some people have to focus on it and you're just like, whatever, social
I got
media.
this.
You're doing this one-handed while playing and scritching Bean.
Yes.
So eventually you do get a hit. Let me see. Okay, so you do get a hit from somebody, and it's got his name listed as Father Marin is the name of this cleric who pops up on your feed, and he says from the Temple of Timora, and you can see this from like that's like what his social media, like it says like Father Marin, and then it's got like a little star, and then it says like PRST of no space, and then like Timora with a capital. Like that's his social media name.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he's like, and he tweets at you, and it says like, in area, you know, or local. It says local. Also loves coffee. Should I come over now?
Yes, we will hook you
Yeah.
up! Exclamation points galore.
All right, all YASSSS, and he.
He's looking for a booty call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
That's
He's
fine,
also
I guess.
responding to Tinder. So what do you?
No, this is basically this. This is just her. It's fine.
Oh, Tinder. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, gotta be. Come on now. There's differences here.
Damn it.
Know
Get in
your
the
social
game.
media, Chad.
Yeah.
This is why I'm going to be keyholder.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Chad's feed is just like pictures of him like with a dog that's not his in nature.
Does he have any shirtless selfies at the gym?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and at the gym. Yeah. He's like day. Getting swole.
Friday night at the gym is great. And it's just like a picture of an empty gym from Chad's perspective.
Yeah, I'm just on the bench press, like, yeah.
Wow. I feel like I've known so many people like that.
He's the everyman.
Yep.
While all of this is going on, you see an older gentleman, and he comes into the shop. And he has a briefcase with him as well. And he looks around to see you all, and he orders coffee, regular coffee with cream and sugar. And he goes and sits at a table, and he opens up, and he tips well. He tips like he like looks at the two tip jars and is not sure which tip jar to, and he's like, and he puts like a gold in the tip jar, which is decent for this.
Wow. All right.
Like the most expensive thing on the homebrew menu is a gold piece because it's like a Starbucks and everything's overpriced, and depending on how much shit you want to add in, it just goes up and up and up. So he goes and sits down. You see him open his briefcase and he pulls out just like a stack of papers and sits them off to the side and pulls out a new like fresh piece and an inkwell and a quill, and he dips it in and he thinks for a second, and he continues to write while he waits for the coffee to be delivered to the table.
I make the coffee, and on the side of the cup, I write, Tinder, call me, and I put an address.
Okay.
And I'm like, here you go, sweetie. I just pop it down in front of him.
And he like looks up over his glasses, and he smiles, and he looks at the cup, he nods, and he takes some of it, and he continues to write. And you notice that the pile of papers is just like, it is like some form of like a manuscript or something. It is a large pile of papers, and you see there's lines and things crossed out and things like that.
This is important, gentlemen.
Yeah, he's writing away. So that happens, and yeah, Chad, you've successfully hooked it up. Poppy, you put up your Minter sign that is mostly says Mark.
I
it's
like Markness better.
Yeah, all right, it says Markness.
Perfect.
Markness with some splotches on it, and a very clear help wanted sign out front.
Yep.
Is the store very clearly changing to Mentor at this point?
It is in the process of changing to Minter, yes.
Okay. So as Minter becomes more and more apparent, Lottie becomes less and less pumpkin spice and more peppermint mocha.
And how does that let's get us both sides so we can kind of get an idea of the way the transition works. So
both sides?
Yeah, like what does pumpkin spice Lottie look like versus peppermint mocha? Because you're gonna be like in between as the rest of the shift goes on, so we can. I don't know if it's split down the middle as it goes, or how it works. You tell us.
No, it's not like down the middle. Okay.
Okay.
So she's very orange right now. It's like very orange. She has little barrettes in her hair that are like they're natural, but they look like they're like little clips. And they're kind of a toffee colored. And so her hair is long and orange, and her skin is kind of like an orange cream and like creamsicle. And she's just wearing like orange and like a little bit of brown, but mostly orange. And then kind of her hair starts to change to brown, and those like clips start to change to red. And like her little updo pulled up. And her skin, I think it's like a slow transition, but it starts to change to like mocha cream.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys see this in the process of happening.
And I mean, I'm literally like hanging up decorations at the store and like being super industrious and like putting up holly and shit because we have like the box of decorations in the back.
Yep.
Minter is coming, and oh yes, she's definitely taking selfies of like the process. So like the more her skin turns, like she'll just take like she took a before copy and then process photos.
Hey, could you like help me like hold this ladder or something? What are you doing?
Oh, do you want to be in the picture? And she just like turns to
It's just like an awkward shot of me like going
Awesome.
Oh god.
By the way, yeah, Brandy is still in the shop.
Yes.
And Desiree has ran away, and you don't know where she is. Still trying to find her child. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this child, and I feel like the rest of them have shooed me away from being anywhere near the child.
Lottie, take a picture of this kid with Bean, but we'll make her all Minter ready and then post it to your social media account. Everybody loves kids and puppies.
Do they though?
Actually, that is a very good idea. If we could get them with like maybe a peppermint mocha, go ahead and like fix it up, kind of sprinkle some peppermint on top. We could get like a cute ankle and post it online.
Yeah, that kid looks drunk. Get him some coffee. That always helps me.
Drunk kid with a dog licking from her coffee cup.
Who I guess may be done flying now at the end of the 10-minute break.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Am I still levitating?
you are levitating.
How long does that last?
Let's find out. 10 minutes. So yours is also.
Okay. All right.
So
I imagine as you were putting up decorations, all of a sudden you're like, oh!
Yeah, and then I was like, whoa! I fell. Ow. Poor Chad. It's been a rough day for Chad.
Poppy's also gonna go in the closet where all the dead body parts are and like try to clean some, like find some skulls maybe that are intact and like prestidigitate like the skin off of them so she can like bleach them and stuff and like put them out as decoration as well, since you know winter is usually the time that's associated with like death and like you know.
So you guys see this. I don't know if you put a stop to it, but you see it.
I think Chad is kind of scared of Poppy, so I don't think he's gonna say anything.
Tinder is gonna like sneakily like grab him off the tables behind her.
Like centerpieces, like you know, maybe go find some candles and melt some candles into them.
As you're coming out with these skulls and setting them up, the door slings open, and in steps a man in a long black kind of, he's got black pants and a long black kind of overrobe that goes down below his waist. He has sort of around his neck is like a long silvery blue scarf. He has, you know, a black hat with a wide brim around it. Coming out of the black sleeves are white folded over collars, and you can see a white collar around his neck, and hanging from that is a chain with a silver coin, or a gold coin rather, the symbol of Timora, and he has a large, like a doctor's bag style briefcase. And he comes in and he looks around and he sees you, Lottie, and he walks over to you with purpose, and he puts the bag down on the table and he says, "Where is the child?"
Oh, I didn't say anything on social media about
You didn't. He says, "Where?" You're right. I forgot about that. It was just a sick person
emoji. No,
and he says, "I am the cleric you requested. What can I do?"
Yes. Thank you so much for coming. So these absolute villains came in and just killed a kid. Can you fix it?
And he, like, the way you say it, he's a little taken aback from it, and he's like, "Bring me the child."
Okay, go to the broom closet.
Hey, should we maybe do this in the break room or something?
Yeah, don't forget, you do have Norman, who's here writing in the corner.
Yeah, okay. So
in the
should I
manager
take
condo.
the cleric into the room with all the bodies? Or
No, there's a break room.
there's a
Downstairs,
break room.
there's a break room.
Okay, then I guess I will take one of the dead bodies out of the broom closet and try to pretend like it's not a dead body so that I can smuggle it past our other customer.
Just get one of the coffee bags. Put it in the bag.
Don't worry. I go up to Norman and I like kind of like sit down. I'm like, "So what are you writing about?"
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I like run past with this kid.
Okay.
And Motion to cleric to follow.
And he picks up his bag and he follows you down. And Norman says to you, Tinder, and he says, I'm a bit of a writer, and I'm writing about I write horror novels.
What a place to come.
And I just felt
He
inspired.
must love the decorations.
And he was just like, something about this place drew me to it. I don't know why.
Sit down across from him and I'm like, what is the premise of it? Tell me more about this.
And he's like, you see he's like writing and he wants to keep writing. But are we at a kill count of 9? Did we kill somebody else? I thought we were only at 8.
I don't think Thaddeus counted.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Thaddeus
Undead.
Yeah, he was a PC.
He'd been done dead.
Yeah.
We're working on a -1, so let's.
Yeah, we're trying to get back down to 7.
All right, so he sits there and he wants to keep writing, and he just like puts the pen down and he looks at you and he says, I don't mean to scare you. And he like shuffles the papers together. And at that point, we'll cut to Father Marin and Lottie down in the basement with the dead child. And he says, lay him here. And he points to the table.
Yep, I'll do that.
And then you see him like put down his bag, and he opens up his bag and he pulls out some things. And he puts things on like around, and he's drawing like chalk lines and setting up candles and lighting candles. And he takes the Timoran holy symbol off of his neck, and he stands over top with his hands out, and he's just kind of like humming. He like puts it to his lips, and he's humming a little bit as he puts his hands over top of this over the top of the dead body, and he just whispers to himself, why this boy?
This is freaky. What's happening?
Lottie knows better than to take selfies with this dead body.
Good, thank God.
Yeah. But she does post something like very deep, like, live life while you can. Enjoy coffee. Smile at people. Heart, something like very
Always heart. Never forget.
heartfelt.
Heart,
Yeah,
heart.
always
Live, laugh,
heart.
love.
And he as he does that, he says, and he looks to you, Lottie, and he says, do you know anything of this child? I feel it might be helpful if you were able to give me some background on the personality of this child.
Brad.
I know his name, which is Brett. I almost said was. It's fine. He'll be back. And he liked running around. He seemed pretty happy. He doesn't like poetry. I think that's all I got.
And he nods, and he does, like, even though the way you're saying it isn't like the most sincere, he does seem like genuinely taking this all in, and he's nodding as he's holding the coin between his fingers and whispering. And he says, well, and he looks up and he begins to mutter some words of magical power, and you see as the candle flames change from like the yellow to alternating between silver and blue as the candles circled around this child, and he begins to walk around the table whispering, holding, my hair is a little wonky right now. I don't know what's going on.
That's what I want.
It does what it wants. It's true. It's because I didn't shower this morning, so I could save it for a later shift when I'm tired, so I can wake up.
You can shower more than once in a day, Ted.
That's a waste of water, Laura. Come on now. Also, right now I need to change the particulate filter in our water supply because I have no shower pressure at the moment. So, and he walks around and he says, and as the flames begin to brighten between the silver and the blue, and he says, by the power of Timora, I return life to you. And he hits the child in the chest, and the things, and then the candles go out. And then you hear as he lights another candle and holds it high in the air, and you see us. Brett comes back to life on the table, and he like puts his hand on the child's shoulder, and he like looks into his eyes, and he says, "Child, are you all right? Tell me, what is your name?" And the child's like, he's like terrified and like not sure what's going on, and he's just like, I'm Brett, and he's like, good. We must return you to your mother. Come. And he grabs Brett by the hand and helps him off the table, and he begins to head up the stairs with the child.
I follow.
Yeah, NPC count back down to 7. We did it. Hey.
I'm waiting for.
Thank goodness for social media connection.
Who else can we resurrect? I look at
Lottie's
the
gonna be
closet.
like, hashtag saved a life today. Like,
Hashtag coffee saves lives.
So Lottie shares something that's like, let your flame burn.
Nice.
The little candle emoji. Little
Very
flame.
cool. So he comes back up out of the basement with the child, and you see Brandy, who's just behind the bar, like hanging out. And Brett runs over and like hugs his sister.
Oh, look at that. That's
oh.
some real cute shit right there. Aw.
Listen, we saved
I
kids.
do
today.
take a picture of that and tweet it with hashtag Minter Miracles.
Nice.
Perfect.
So, but like on the side so that you can't see Brandy's drunk ass face.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, it looks completely cute. You know, it's like the sign of the Minter sign in the background.
The Markness sign.
Yes, the Markness sign. Can I get Poppy to roll me a percentile, please? As you're decorating with your skulls.
85.
Oh, PDX, that's a good point. We can't resurrect anyone from the closet because we've been removing their heads for decorations. So.
Also, most of them are in anyway, so like.
I don't know. Who else? We can find someone.
You see somebody, Poppy, outside the window,
Yeah.
and he like looks in, and it's this like snobby guy with like a blonde comb over and glasses, and he points at you, Poppy, and he puts a thumbs down, and he points at you
Whoa.
again, and he walks across the street to the tea shop.
Oh.
And you know, Poppy, that this is Andy Robertson, we'll say, and
That sounds familiar.
Hate that guy.
Andy is a critic who's obsessed with you and absolutely hates your poetry and writes nothing but bad reviews of your poetry. And he heads over to the tea shop.
Should we?
I'd go over to the tea shop.
All right.
Hey, do you need backup? I hate that guy.
Yeah, Chad.
In the meantime,
all right.
Chad, I need you to roll me a percentile.
Oh shit. Okay.
Also, Katie makes a good point. Where's Altivo?
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. Listen, there's a lot has happened in the first few minutes of this event.
That's fair. Okay. 80.
Okay. Whoa, interesting.
Hey, let's kill the critic and then we can go back up to 8. And then we can resurrect him. It'll be
Yes.
hilarious.
Back up to eight deaths. Yeah.
Is the priest still here?
Oh, I was
Yes.
gonna offer the priest like some kind of month of free coffee card
Oh, okay.
because I mean we don't have a ton to pay him with, but he said he liked coffee, so like
Mhm.
I can give it to him in credit.
That's fair. And he will take that if you offer it to him.
Yes.
And he
Where's
looks
Ned?
Ned's in the back at the moment.
We
And,
should probably go take a look at Ned too.
and he says, "Is there more work to be done?"
No, that was the only fatality.
And he's like, "Very well."
Thank you so much for your help. Like, we were all so devastated, and it was a really bad way to start the day. And now I feel like maybe I'll be back up to Minter spirits in no time.
And he says, "Thank you." And he takes the card and he says, "Timor bless you, my child. He says, "There's work to be done," and he walks out the door and shuts the door behind him. He walks
See you
away.
next time. Come back for a peppermint mocha.
As the Exorcist theme song plays as he walks away.
As he walks, oh my god. We'll probably call you later. Don't go too far.
Please tell me somebody in the chat or here got that Father Merrin is the name of the priest in The Exorcist, and it's not just me.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was the Exorcist guy.
Okay, all right, cool. That makes me
That's why
happy.
he showed up and he was so weird. Like,
Yeah.
'cause he's an Exorcist dude.
Yeah,
He's
all
like,
right.
where's the child?
Chad doesn't go to church as often as he should, so you know, I had no idea that maybe that was normal.
Chad, let me just look this up because I don't actually even know what this thing is. What the hell is this?
Whoa, love it.
Serious things.
Is it a Dragon Ball? That's the most important question.
No, it's a type of lizard. I've never.
What?
Dragon Ball.
What is it?
No, it doesn't. Oh, it
Does
says
it
it's.
puke up a Dragon Ball?
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
What is it?
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna give you this anyway.
Why?
Because I'm gonna give you a winged lemur instead.
Whoa! What?
As you put up, like, as you're taking out, like, the garlands from the box of decorations and, like, hanging them up around the shop, you see, like, like, in the bottom of it is this little lemur with wings, and it, like, jumps up onto your shoulder.
Whoa, dude! What?
And
Where'd you come
wrapped
from?
up in its tail is a 4-star Dragon Ball.
Oh my god! Chad screams and jumps the body. He's like, "What's happening? Whoa! Oh man, little dude, thanks! Whoa!" I'm trying to hold all 3 of the Dragon Balls and like this lemur.
Well, the lemur just perches on your shoulder.
Whoa! This is like what a day, man.
It was a Kung Pao, Kung, like you would spell it, -Pao gecko was one of the other options.
Pao gecko? What?
Yeah, so it was either a flying lemur, a Kung Pao gecko, or a Shiba Inu dog. Was one of those were the 3 options for the trinket.
That's amazing. Ah, I'm a lemur dude. Oh wow.
Also,
What?
Where
Yeah.
did all the animals in this coffee shop come from?
There's an
such a-
infestation.
Health code problem. Hey, little dude. Do you have any security experience?
I like
Oh, cool. Yeah.
it's just
I'm
kind of it's a lemur. It's
I'm like, okay, it's like a monkey, right? I'm gonna give it the banana from the briefcase.
and it's like and it like peels the banana.
That's
the banana.
adorable. Whoa. Hey, where's the social media chick? Yeah.
He
Does
talk-
anybody know what these are? I'm like holding up the 3 Dragon Balls.
I've never seen them.
Okay.
They look pretty
Cool.
dope though.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna juggle them.
Are you good at making a dexterity check? Are you good at juggling?
I'm totally good at juggling. A 19. I think I picked it up as a way to, get attention at parties.
Yeah?
Like one of those, guide to game. Like when you're out at a party, pick up an interesting hobby. I also know some magic tricks.
And
So-
I'm really good at hacky sack.
And I'm really good at
Is
hacking.
Chad a pickup artist?
I
Is
think
Larry-
I think he went through a phase where he read all the books.
The game, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Does
Gotcha.
anything magical happen?
When he
Chad
juggles
is
the
like-
Dragon Balls?
Yeah.
I mean, one could argue from a certain perspective your juggling capabilities are magical.
Okay. Yeah.
But nothing overtly magic.
I feel like these are really important, but I don't know why. And I'm gonna put them away in my bag.
Okay, you do. So,
Internet, what should I name my lemur?
yeah, there you go. Internet, come up with a name for Chad's flying lemur.
Who may be our new security officer?
And the best name Bean is already taken.
That's true. JJ Jr.
I love it. It's sold. This is JJ Jr. Chad and JJ. Yeah.
Junior.
Making some coffee. Chad isn't good at singing, but he will sing that.
All right.
What's happening?
This is welcome to Nerd Immersion 24-hour streams. This is what
It's
happens. Okay, so back to you, Tinder, as you have been talking with Norman here at the table about his novels. You also see, as this is going on, what's been happening, right? You see the cleric come up and leave. You see the two children reunite, and then you see Chad find a lemur in the pile of decorations.
The weirdest job I've ever had. Okay.
And he tells you that the story is of small town kids from Baldur's Gate joining together to battle evil.
Was it based on any truth?
And he says, I don't reveal my secrets.
Oh, you're so coy. I like put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, oh, you. Can I get you any more coffee
And
to
he
inspire
says,
your juices?
and he says, yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, I'll put some cinnamon in it because I can tell you like it's spicy.
And he like, as he continues to write, there's a little flush in the cheeks as he continues to write.
Great, my job here is done.
Okay. So, what else is going on that I need to be aware of in this shop? So you have saved both of the children, but you still don't have their mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll give him a muffin or something.
They can be the security.
Two creepy children. Watch the door.
Hold hands and do everything at the same time and never smile.
Speak in unison. Freaks people out.
They're not twins. Come on now.
Well, we can get some makeup on them to make them look as close as we can.
Were we going after that guy going to the tea shop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we hate him.
We hate that guy and this tea shop.
Okay, so at this point, Desiree will return, and she's like flustered. Her hair is a mess. Her clothes are disheveled, and she's like looks in, and she's like, "I can't find him anywhere." And then she sees him behind the bar, and she's like, "You two with me right now!"
Yeah, we found him. He was just wandering around. I don't know. He just came back here, so yeah.
We didn't have any way to get a hold of you.
Yeah, so.
Actually, I wanted to ask you because I need your permission, but like, would you be okay if we just like put some tinsel on them and took a picture of them with our new peppermint mocha offering, and I'll totally hook you up with a free latte.
You can make me a persuasion check.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Then
Yeah,
she's just
that's
like,
what my charisma is.
and she's just like, a free latte? Sure.
Yeah, okay. So
Mom.
I basically just kind of like decorate them with some sparkly tinsel, just like wrap it around their necks and hand them a coffee, like with all these like peppermint
Like
crumbs?
pieces? Yeah, okay. Sure, yeah. Like a broken up peppermint stick on the top?
Yeah, broken up peppermint stick on top, and it's like super cute. And then I let one of them hold Bean and one of them hold the coffee. And then I'm like, all right, smile. You're going to be famous.
And like Brett, they're both like not smiling because they've both gone through a lot.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm going to... Oh, hold on. I think I'm gonna try and like prestidigitate something cool. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. What's a cool toy that kids like that I could...
I don't know if the puppy's not cheering them up. I don't know what's going to.
A tech deck.
Use Che Che
A
Jr.
tech deck. I prestidigitated tech deck in my hand. I'm like, smile.
And they're both like, wow. And it's more like
And
that.
I take a picture.
Okay.
Wait, Chad wants a tech deck.
First, Chad wants a tech deck.
Chad's just in the back of the picture, like
Pointing at Che. Yeah.
Hey, my man Che Che.
This is the coolest picture, and it is going to be all over Homebrew's Instagram. What is this?
Instabean.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, got it. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know what our social media is called.
Insta letter. Cool.
So yeah.
Scridogram. We'll figure it out.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
basically, we're fucking heroes, so I guess we win, right?
Yeah. And then once we
Heroes is a stretch because you're the party that killed the kid.
And brought him back.
Kid.
But you killed him in the first place.
We didn't. Poppy did.
We didn't. Yeah, Poppy did.
hey, way to turn on him, you guys.
Yep.
I just came here to take a shift.
And murdered a
And-
kid.
Wasn't even supposed to be here. There's a reason I take the night shift.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to go after that son of a bitch, Andy. Give him a piece of my mind.
Okay. So let me just ask, because I feel like this is important. Your plan is to just go into the shop
Mhm.
and then do what?
We'll see.
Okay. Sure. So you guys leave. I guess. Who all is going?
I'm going because I'm back up. Avi.
I'm staying where the tips are.
Fair. What about Lottie?
I finished my Illusiogram post and
Perfect.
I'm
Wonderful.
There you go.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna walk over to the tea shop.
Okay.
Hey, you got this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got this.
You're good. Okay. All right. Sweet. Yeah. Ned, we're gonna be right back.
And he's like, winter is coming.
Okay.
Cool, bud.
Sounds good, bud.
Really a one-trick pony, Ned.
I feel like maybe we should behead you. Like, okay, never mind.
Oh.
Whoa, Poppy.
Puppy, honestly, dude.
And he's like, I've got my eye on you.
He's like a burned husk of a man. So terrible.
And he could have so been healed, but you
I
just told the priest to leave.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was hurting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to tell Ned that after Lottie goes home. Like, hey man, we had a cleric here and she just didn't even think about you. So
And you guys leave, and he's like, where are you going?
Oh.
To find a bartender and a security guy.
And he's like, good work.
Okay, cool, thanks. Bye.
Keep this
Yeah.
up. And he looks and he sees Norman writing, and he nods, seems normal. And then he sees you, Tinder, behind the bar, and he seems like okay. And he says, well, hopefully we don't have a lunchtime rush.
More tips for me.
And you see him like, and he goes back into the into his study, and he comes out and he says, I'll stand out here and help. I can tend bar. But he comes out now, and having seen, like, you've seen that, like, even just in you've been there, the how much he's descended from who he was when you knew him before today to now. And he, like, comes out and sits at the bar, and he leans up against the bar, a great sword about the size of him, and he just leans it up against the bar, and he says, I didn't think I'd never need this at work, but apparently I might.
no, we totally got your back. I can't say anything.
You guys already left.
Okay.
So he's just there. He's just casually talking to Tinder as he leans it up against the bar.
And she's just like, I never knew you had such a big sword.
Oh boy.
And he just looks at you and he just shakes his head. But there's like a smile there. And he's just like, and then he like as he like looks down and he pours himself a glass of scotch from like the top shelf. And he's just like, and he pours another glass and he hands it to you. And he's just like, thank you for actually doing your job.
No problem. Can I have a promotion?
Whoa.
And he's like,
Tinder swooping in out
Chad's
of
never
nowhere.
there.
and he's just like, I like the balls on you. Sure.
I actually have balls.
You're not there, Chad. You're across the street at the tea shop.
Chad psychically screams.
And he's just like, so what's your ideal goal? To you, Tinder. Like, what's your ideal position?
Right. So what makes the most money?
And he goes, well, like assistant manager.
That's what I would like. I would like to do that. I'm really good at cleaning up house. I'm really good at swooping in before people can see me to make sure the trouble doesn't happen. I'm there. I got this. I'm an infiltrator. You want dirt on the place next door? I got that too.
And he says, well, then I say to you, make me a persuasion check.
Ooh, okay. 18 plus, I'm good at these. 6, 24, 25.
And he's just like, and he goes, there's some training involved. Are you up for that?
Yeah, definitely.
And he's like, great. He says, I'll have some conversations, but we can put you in for training for assistant manager probably tomorrow. Well, I'll have the conversation today before I leave, and we'll get you set up on assistant manager training.
Thank you so much, Ned. You are really just the best boss.
And he smiles like someone who actually seems to respect him. And he's just like, thank you. Hopefully the rest of this shift goes by uneventfully. And he takes a swig of the whiskey. And
Great.
And he like looks across at the shop and he's just like, what the fuck happened?
Keep drinking.
And he's just like, yeah. And then he's just like, they don't make enough peppermint sticks to handle this kind of a thing. And he drinks this and he's like, but seriously, we should find a table.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I like the decorations. Was that you?
Absolutely.
And he's just like, that's a really good initiative you took. Good job.
Thank you. You know, I really just feel like I want our group to bond more as a team. And I thought that getting festive decorations would just get everyone in the Minter spirit.
And he's just like, seriously, system manager material. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, and then we'll cut to the rest of you across the street heading into the Jade Dragon tea shop.
We look like the badassest coffee gang just walking into the tea shop. Like,
where's Andy?
Andy is sitting, and he has basically the equivalent. He has a small scrying device as well, but he has it hooked up to the equivalency of like a typewriter. So it's got like a keyboard, and he is just like furiously typing away. And you can see he's got a little teacup on a saucer, tea bag string hanging out. And you can see that this place is relatively quiet in here, and there's kind of like soft jazz playing. There's a live band playing like soft jazz music. It's very calm, very relaxing. There's kind of like a light lavender smell in the air. And as you walk in, you see the man you saw before with the long gray beard step out. He's kind of got an apron on. He's a little bit of a heavier gentleman. And he steps out from behind the bar and he says, "Oh, decided to come join the one true hot beverage, did you?"
Wow.
I
And
would say
lock
too,
eyes with
that,
Andy.
Lottie is looking progressively more and more peppermint mocha, so like, oh, she does not take that well.
And he says, "Can I help you?"
I just put a hand up. Again, I look at Andy.
And Andy like looks up and he just keeps typing.
Well, as soon as he looks up at me, I'm going to cast Bestow Curse on him.
Whoa.
And I'm going to say, "Hey, Andy, you don't know what's good. Now your brain is made of wood. May it burn and may it crack and may you never get it back."
Wow.
Going to affect his intelligence score. So he can't write good.
Leo's gonna snap.
I
Chad?
am just. I want to investigate the store and see if I can find anything that I could take a picture of to like use later.
Okay, so you can make me an investigation check.
Cool.
As you start to cast the spell openly in the shop again, which let's just confirm because this is a thing, which has somatic components, so you're moving your hands to cast the spell.
Nope, it's happening.
You watch as the guy who's kind of the owner of the shop, his name is Bob.
Bob.
He just like, he grabs your hand and he's just like, no, this isn't happening. I'm sorry.
I glare at
He goes, "I don't come into your shop and cast spells at your patrons." And like, you see like, there, in this place, it's maybe at like 50% capacity. Like there's a bunch of customers here. Some people you saw were people that were across the street when you guys were coming into your shift that went across the street. Perhaps because when you walked in, there was a cavalcade of dead bodies and the door was wide open.
Not our fault.
Yeah. Well, you have a dead bear outside, so what's that about?
And he goes, "You mean the one that you put there?"
No.
He's like, "I watched you do it from the back, from my office."
I would never do anything like that. What?
And he goes, Are you familiar with the Zone of Truth spell? Would you like to test it?"
Oh, so we can't cast spells on your patrons, but you can come in here and cast spells on us? That is unfair. I am filing a formal complaint.
And he says, "Go for it. Also, you came into my shop and accused me of killing a dead bear that I watched you put across the street." Like, and he goes like, "Did you? There's blood drag marks across the street."
That's not my problem. It's not my bear. I don't know.
And he's like, "I would like you all to please leave." And he's like,
Why?
"Complimentary cup of tea as you leave, though."
Absolutely not. Poison. I'm gonna yell. Poison!
Poison gas!
And he's like, "All right, come."
There's like poison here.
And he casts the silence spell, and he's just like, and he will just usher you out the door.
Okay.
I want to see if I got a picture of anything before I left with a 16 investigation.
Yeah, what were you? Remind me exactly what you were trying to get a picture of.
I was looking for anything that might be like, that might make a good burn post later. Like, oh, I went over to the tea shop and there was like a leak in the back corner, or something.
Sure, we'll say that. Yeah, you can find like a leaky like roof tile in the corner. You can see that. Sure.
So gross. I'm gonna wait until we clean up the rest of our place, but like,
okay.
Because it's hard to make a post about a leak in the roof tile while there's still blood on our floor, but we'll get there.
Okay, so you guys go back.
I go like this to Andy as we are ushered out of the tea shop.
And he just does one of these.
Ugh, I hate him so much.
God!
But PDX is a really nice person.
It wasn't like and His name is Andy Roberts, and I it just came to me in my brain, and I went with Andy Robertson, and that was not tied to him at all, but that's probably why that name seems so natural to me, and I'm totally a coincidence. So.
Yes.
And you guys are escorted out of the Jade Dragon, and the door shuts.
Let's burn it down.
Yeah, but we should probably wait a little bit just so they aren't that suspicious. I don't know what that guy's deal is, but how did he know about the bear?
And you see that there's a window right next to the freaking where you drag the bear over, and he's standing in the window, and he's looking at you guys out the window.
Whoa! When they put that there? Shit, this probably wasn't a very good idea. Oh, man.
I take a picture of the bear outside of the shop sans blood trail, and then cast prestidigitation repeatedly as we go back to the shop just to clean up the blood trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that was really successful.
Yep, we're good business people, guys.
I feel good about
Definitely the best business people.
Walk
I still
back
think
in.
that we're nega belladonnas right now.
Oh god. Yeah. Oh, I guess we'll walk back in defeated.
Tinder, anything happen while we were gone?
Well, business as usual.
Oh, man, she's good.
Okay.
Did you guys get that help that you were leaving to go get?
Oh yeah.
And you see Ned standing there with a drink,
Poppy walks
and he's
back.
got his hand on his this massive greatsword as he's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, good. You said you went to go get help. Yes."
Just checking in. Haven't found anybody yet. Let's go.
Not yet. Just wanted you to know.
Right. I'll hold down the fort.
And he says, "Also a table."
Oh yeah, on
yeah,
it.
okay.
Table for sure.
I'll get on latte, not Lottie. I'll get on latte.
The Pegasus, yes.
Yeah.
You're clarifying.
Chad, if you want, you could take my horse. He has no name.
Yeah. Okay. What do I call him if he runs away though? What?
Don't lose my horse.
No. Yeah, for sure. All right, JJ, let's go. Horse ride, yeah.
All right, and then Lottie, where are you staying?
So I am coming back in, and I'm gonna get a picture of Tinder with the new menu, things like that. I'm just saying now, if you post anything about it, use the hashtag #MinterMiracles, okay?
Gotcha. On that social media account, I definitely have.
Yes. At this point, as this is happening,
It's how we're gonna get new customers. My network is huge.
And she pops open a few more buttons on her uniform, and she's like, the way I always do.
yeah, if we can get that trending on actual Twitter, that'd be hilarious. Hashtag Minter Miracles.
Is it again?
Hashtag Minter Miracles.
Miracles.
At this point, as you say, hashtag Minter Miracles, Tinder, you watch as an old friend of yours walks into the bar, Altivo, who you know, and he comes towards you, and you guys go way back, and he says, it's so great to see you. I haven't seen you in what seems like forever. He goes, how is life in this, and he looks around this coffee shop, and he sees there's still carnage and missing tables, and he's like, coffee shop.
Oh, things are good. We're just testing out a new kind of horror theme. It's kind of bringing in the customers. I gestured to Norman. But it's just opening the doors for Minter.
And he's just is it working well?
I mean, it's doing.
He's like, is there any, as an old friend, is there anything I can do to help you?
Oh man, yeah. If you could,
He's the mob.
if you could just give Norm all those good references from
And he's
when we work together.
This I can do for you. And he walks over to Norman and they have a small conversation. You see him hand Norman a card. It's like an all black card as he hands it to Norman. He makes his way back over to you and he says, "This is no problem. Can I do anything else for you before I leave?" And he's like, "Let me get one of these coffees I hear so much about. Espresso."
Excellent.
Nope, espresso.
I make him his drink, and I'm just like, don't forget to tape your barista.
And he
tape
Ooh.
and he's just like, "I see." And he sees the one jar that's labeled Tinder's tips, and he drops in 10 gold pieces into the tip jar.
Oh, damn.
And he's like, I may know someone. I will send them here."
Yeah, get as many people as you know. You know, we just want to hype up business.
And he says, and he like looks over to Ned, and Ned's just like holding the sword, drinking.
This guy.
And he looks to Altivo, and he just nods, and Altivo nods, and then Altivo says, "You keep doing the wonderful work that you do. I shall see you later." And he walks out of the bar.
Great.
And
Good
you,
old Altivo coming in clutch.
hey, listen. You watch as he leaves, and shortly after, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, you watch as 3 or 4 gentlemen dressed in black suits come wheeling in this fine mahogany table, and they set it in the middle of the place, and they say that Altivo sends his regards, and they walk out.
Ned, I got you the hookup, man.
And he's
Looking
just
out for the business.
And he's just like, "Seriously though, assistant manager, no question."
God damn it!
You're not there, Chad.
I know! That psychically screams again!
Lottie's cool with that, I think. In
Well,
fact, I think
you would
she
report
should
to Tinder if you get the you're the key holder. She's the
Oh,
assistant
God.
manager. You would report to her.
Everybody's gonna be
Right,
promoted
yeah.
except Chad.
Please.
Yeah,
please.
but I mean, this is just another opportunity to share good news with the great scrying web.
Illusiogram.
With Illusiogram for sure, but like, you know, the whole network. Just that, you know, exciting things are happening at Homebrew Coffee, and that's good. Especially since we're coming out with new coffees. We had a bit of a hiccup this morning, but it's like totally fine. Everything is completely taken care of. Totes. So show. Though, yeah. So takes another picture of Tinder. New assistant manager. But
Does Chad have an Illusiogram account?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he
totally.
posts selfies of himself, shirtless.
Of himself at
Yeah.
the gym
yeah.
without
So-
a shirt on.
Chad,
Great
you
PTO.
get this notification pop up from, and you see it's like Lottie posts, and it's a picture of Tinder looking a little more suggestive than she does normally at the shop, smiling with the Minter related products, and it says, you know, like, what does it say, Lottie, exactly?
Homebrew has a new assistant manager. Let's all cheer her on. And then it's like the clapping emojis.
Chad dies. In the street, he just dies.
Handle is Lottie's lattes.
Nice, like it.
Yeah.
Wow. No, Chad is heartbroken. Chad is crying on a horse with no name as he wanders through Waterdeep,
Chad,
looking for a table that already got.
Chad, what's going on? What's going on here?
What's up?
Are we together? No, it's nothing. I just, you work so hard for something, and then you're like, whoa, no, not this time, man. Like, it's fine. I'll just, I need to go to the gym. Yeah.
Poppy, you see all of this happening, this kind of distraught look on Chad's face, and how Chad is literally crying, wandering through the city of Waterdeep on a horse with no name, and you're like, There's something here. There's material here for some serious
Is it
poetry.
raining? Is it raining?
It's only over Chad.
Yes.
As Che Che Jr. like has a handkerchief and is like dabbing Chad's cheeks of the tears in the street.
Yeah, just sweaty. This rain.
Yes, Chad did try so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter.
Hey guys, hey, donate those trinkets, get those Dragon Balls. Chad knows what Chad is gonna wish for.
As a reminder, Chad will return at 7 p.m.
Yes, Chad will be back. Ready. I've got 3 Dragon Balls.
Chad will return. That's like the end of like every like the Marvel movies. Chad will return.
Dun, dun, Chad.
So because we're running low on time here, so what is Poppy and Chad's goal while we're here? So I can try to get this.
A bartender, a bouncer, and a table.
And a table.
The table's been already taken care of.
Okay, so we'll say you guys do find like a table, but it's like made out of like a pallet, right? So it's like a pallet and like 4x4s.
Yep,
Nice.
perfect.
So you guys find that, and on your way towards the shop, you guys find you're looking for a bartender, right, and a bouncer.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't find the a bouncer yet, but you do find someone wandering through the streets.
Mhm.
And she says that she can make drinks. And she's just like, but she's not sure she would want to work in a coffee shop because she tells you that she's a great adventurer and that like maybe this isn't the best move for her.
Well, just like test it out for a bit, see how you feel. It's a pretty cool place. Usually today's a little weird, but you can make it better. Yeah. Tips are great.
You can make me a persuasion check with that winning conversation there, Chad.
Yeah, yep. Chad, master of conversation.
I let Chad try to have his moment because he seems like he needs a win here.
I need a win today. I only got a 12 though, so
Give him bardic inspiration, Poppy.
Sure. All bardic inspiration, Chad.
nice.
It's a D8? It's a D8, I think.
Yeah, it's a D8.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! +6. 18.
Here we go.
And she agrees that she will come and try this out, that perhaps, and she rationalizes it more, not the way you're telling her, but that adventurers have day jobs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that there should be, maybe she'll find adventure in the
Hey,
bar.
let me tell you a story about how I knew a lot of adventurers who opened up a pie shop and then they worked at a pie shop for like
And they're doing like
good portion and they did a really cool job of it.
well. We have
You
some
know-
of their business cards actually.
Yeah, you can
Call it
still
a pie
visit their
shop?
pie shop. Here,
Call
give
it
me
a
some
pie
cards.
shop.
Yeah.
Pie shop and bathhouse.
Oh yeah, pie shop and bathhouse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you guys come back and you bring in like your crappy table and like start to back it in and then like see this beautiful mahogany table in the middle and Tinder's just like behind the bar looking at her nails, no big deal.
I give her a look like of ultimate betrayal, but I don't say anything.
And then Ned's like, did you find some help?
Yeah, no, yeah, totally did. This really rad adventure chick named, I'm gonna point at her, finger guns.
And she will tell you that her name is Princess Penelope Periwinkle.
Oh no.
Whoa, that's quite a name. All right.
And she was like, well, she's like, well, I just needed to adventure. I've learned so many things, and now I should try to be one of the regular people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got your help and a table, but this table is meant for. I had this idea that we could have outdoor seating, so that's what this table is definitely 4.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Did you get chairs?"
Oh, you just said table.
Chad, no, Chad, you
no.
told me the idea earlier was it was going to be a cash wrap table where we could make cookies and put them into cute little packages. And
Yes.
people could come in and like grab them off the table and purchase them.
I
there and
did-
enticing. You
I
told me
did
the
say
whole
that.
idea
Yeah. Yeah, I totally said that.
writing.
And I'm like,
And he's like, "That's better because Minter is coming. No one wants to be outside."
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was just
For sure.
joking before, Ned. He just
He says,
Like,
"Forgive me, my sense of
Okay.
humor has grown thin as of late."
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, cookie table.
And he's like, "Great." All right.
Awesome.
So with that, we're probably going to bring this to a close unless anyone has something specific they'd like to say that may or may not impact future sessions.
Donate Chad Dragon Balls. I've got 3. I've got 3 hours to make it to 7.
Oh my god. Also, before I leave, I take all of my tips.
That's fair.
They're not being left there for anyone.
Nope, that's reasonable.
I believe that Lottie completes her transition to peppermint mocha and fixes herself the beverage of the same name before heading out for the day with an adorable selfie in the streets of Waterdeep. And then
With her puppy.
Yes.
with her puppy, who is very cute and will be in all of her Illusiogram photos now. Her Illusiogram photos have gone from just pictures of like coffee and selfies to also cute dog pics, and everybody loves those. So
That's fair.
I think I actually go over to Ned and I'm like, hey, I really want to prove that like I'm, like I want to be here for you. And I know Minter's coming, so I'm signing up for another shift later. Like I'll be right back. I got the earliest one I could, and I'm your guy. So
And
I'll see
he's
you
like,
later.
"I won't be here, but my wife will. So good luck."
Well, I will be here for your wife.
And he like,
And I laugh. And
And there's
I
in the
don't-
background like, ooh.
Poppy's like, I tried.
said it. There's
So, not saying that any of these characters will ever come back, but congratulations, everybody. And Lottie, if it ever gets to that point, we can say that Bean can be counted as a familiar for Lottie. If Lottie ever comes back. So, thank you guys so much for coming out to play. I greatly appreciate you being here. Guys, we're at $750 already.
Woo!
Almost a level up, so we can do it.
Yeah, $1,100 level ups come into play here. So I will ask you guys all to go through your list of who you are, and I'll start with Renee. Tell us who you are and where people can find you and things.
Hi, I am Renee Rhodes, and you can find me on Twitter at RayDeanneR. I also have a website now at raydeanne.com that I'm super excited about, and I'm working on building up to include like freelance stuff as well as creative projects and where you can find me if you want to hire me, things like that. Really looking forward to it. Speaking of creative projects, though, you can find me as the Dungeon Master for Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is an all-women D&D family-friendly podcast at Fate FM Cast across social media or at fatefmcast.com. And actually, some of the rest of the cast should be on later. I think that Becca is in the next
She is.
shift.
Yep.
And then Sam will be showing up for a shift later on, and it's both of their first ever D&D streams ever. I
Yeah.
know. It's great. It's a big deal. So I'm really excited about it. So if you want to send them cool, welcome, congratulatory gifts for donations.
There you go. Laura, what about you?
I am Laura. You can find me on Twitter at When in Rome. Also, I am on Nerd Immersion stream every other Monday. This Monday coming up, playing Belladonnas.
With all of this whole cast will be back
Yeah,
Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
where
So-
I don't play a dark, non-maternal person. I play a very light, very maternal person. So there's a bit of. I just needed to turn it around a little bit.
Murder a child, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Katie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me on social media at lazy_mermaiden. I also play here every other Monday in the Rise of Tiamat stream as Roslyn, who is the least suggestive, least conniving person you've ever met in your entire life. And you can check me out there. You can also at me in the Nerd Immersion Discord if you want to ask any questions or whatever else.
All right, and Celeste, last but not least.
Hi, everybody. My name is Celeste Conowitch. You can find me all over the internet at cconowitch. You can also check me out on my D&D podcast, where I am usually the dungeon master. It's called Venture Maidens, D&D 5e, the actual play podcast. So find that wherever podcasts are free. And then also on Twitter at Venture Maidens. I'm also the co-host for DMnastics, which is on the DM's Block show, which you can find also wherever podcasts are free. We talk about cool advice and ideas for your games. And then, of course, I am here on Mondays, as everybody has said, playing Leo, who is also an idiot boy, but a little bit more suave than Jen.
I didn't say it, but I'm also here on Mondays.
Yes, Renee is also here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Renee. Jeez.
I know. I didn't realize it just wasn't part of my spiel. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The spiels are hard to get. You got to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have one thing, so.
Yeah.
Monday at 9 p.m. Everybody you see here will be back. I will be the dungeon master again, and we'll get to see some third week in a row, even though it's normally bi-weekly, and we'll find some backstory about Leo's dad.
Who's a mom?
My dad.
Who's a mom?
My mom.
I play a rainbow changeling who likes to punch things.
Yes.
Perfect.
And again, similar to how Speedy will be at Unplugged, Renee, Celeste, and myself will also be there. So maybe we can have a commiseration session of the people who work in the homebrew shop.
Yeah.
All right.
I do want to bring Lottie back, so
We'll see what happens. So with that, I would like to thank you all for coming out to play. Laura, I will see you at 10 p.m. Celeste, I will see you at 7. Renee and Katie, have a wonderful evening/night. Feel free to hang around and chat and do whatever else. And I would like to please ask you all to exit out of the chat, and then I will welcome in Mac, Axel, Becca, and Drop the Die as we get everything all set up over here. And we'll get ready for the next session.